Hey, buddies, Potato McWhiskey here, and here it is. Civilization VII, Civilization 7, Sid Meier's legacy continues. This is the first time I have loaded up the game. This is the first time I'm going to start a game. This is the first time I'm going to play the game. Oh, alright. New game. Now, there may be certain leaders in here that I'm not allowed to show you. I immediately clicked on one of the leaders I'm not allowed to show you. Oh my god, there's so many different leaders. Catherine the Great, Charlemagne, Confucius, these two guys I'm not allowed to tell you about. Harriet Tubman, I'm also not allowed to tell you about this one. In fact, just this whole square here should be blocked out. Okay, just don't show them those ones. Ibn Battuta, Isabella. Oh, this guy, I'm not allowed to show them this guy either. So don't show him. We got Lafayette here. Oh, man. Machiavelli. He's so sneaky looking. Look at him. We got the Napoleons. Pachacuti the Cutie. I love him. Tecumseh. I do love Tecumseh. Like, look at that. Oh, he's scary. Oh, we got Xerxes, man. There's so many cool leaders in here. All right, let's look through the abilities and see which one sounds interesting here. I would click random, but there's too high of a chance to get one of the leaders I can't use. I feel like there's a part of it. I feel like I gotta play Rome. Holy crap, Charlemagne's cavalry looks insane. You gain 2 free cavalry units when you enter a celebration. You gain extra happiness for adjacency to quarters, and plus 5 combat strength for cavalry units during a celebration. Plus, I think you can like level up the leader and then get mementos. Plus 2 happiness per age for every cavalry unit. That is bonkers. I don't know how I feel about meta progression being in Civ now, but like, I'll live with it. Oh, I do love growth rate. Confucius. You know what? I think I gotta play Augustus. I gotta play Rome. So go play Augustus. Rome is like the classic civilization player's choice. So we get plus 2 production in the capital for every town. So we want to have a lot of towns supporting our capital. And we can purchase culture buildings in towns. We get a 50% gold bonus towards purchasing buildings in towns, which I think is roughly speaking a 33% cost reduction. All right, let's jump in as Augustus. I don't know what the hell you just said to me, but I'm going to take it as a personal offense. Oh, really cool. We can choose which age we can start in. I'm definitely going to get started in the Antiquity age. Let's go for it, man. And so now I got to pick my civ. Oh my god, there's so many civs to choose from. I don't want to sit here and just like explore it all. Do I? Oh man, I don't know if I do. I'm just going to go straight for Rome, and we're going to play Rome, man. So you get plus 1 culture on districts in the capital and city centers in towns. Very powerful. We get a 30% production boost towards building the Colosseum. We have the Legion, which gets plus 2 combat strength for every tradition in the government. We also have the Legatus, which is a unique army commander. It gains 1 charge to create a new settlement for every 3 levels it has. We have the Forum, which is the Roman unique quarter. We got culture and gold for every unique tradition in our government. And we get the Forum by building the Basilica and Temple of Jupiter in the same tile. The Basilica gives us gold, as well as influence, based on culture buildings and wonders. And the Temple of Jupiter gives us happiness, and then culture adjacency for happiness buildings and wonders. Oh, and it unlocks so many interesting things. So we got some difficulty options here. We got scribe. Oh, they changed them. Governor, viceroy, sovereign, immortal, deity. I kind of miss the old names. I'm gonna play it viceroy. I don't know what viceroy means. But let's play viceroy. I feel like I can take a viceroy my first game, you know? So I think sovereign is emperor, and viceroy would be king, and governor would be prince, I guess. Oh, we got some different map types. We got continents plus, continents, archipelago, fractal, shuffle, terra incognita. Let's just go with continents plus on a small map size. And let's just jump in, baby. Let's go. I swear to God, if I get leaders in my game that I'm not allowed to show you about, that's going to be so funny. I love this screen here. The painting is incredible. I love how it looks. It's a beautiful, beautiful background painting. I would actually love if the developers would like publish these for people to use as desktop backgrounds, because these are sick. So this has to do with the tutorials, the advisors, and the Civilopedia. Oh man, this is beautiful. History is built in layers. So each age is unique, with interesting challenges and opportunities to change our strategy. Our leader remains the same, but we choose a new civilization. Okay. Then we've got legacy paths. Every age represents 4 such paths. Economic, cultural, scientific, and militaristic. So whether we'll get unique abilities in the next age. Once we complete a legacy path in the final age, we will perform a more decisive feat to actually achieve a victory. We can revisit this guide at any time via the pause menu. Got it. The dawn of civilization. Here your journey begins. Raise an empire from humble beginnings to greatness, and write down your own version of history. begin. Oh my god, incredible. This is a Potato McWhiskey classic. We start with snow in our capital. Greetings, Augustus. With a new vision come the Roman people, ready to put down roots in these fertile lands. Your founder has the ability to establish your first city. Select them now. Click. Your first city. Your first settlement is sure to thrive near sources of water and abundant resources. This location is well suited to your needs. Order your founder to establish your capital city. Click the Found Settlement action button located in the unit panel below. Oh man, he just settles in place. Boom. There's the buildings. Look at that. Oh, I love these little swirly gardens and then the little monument pillars. Oh, it's gorgeous. Just, holding down Alt rotates the camera still to this day. Oh, look at that. A little bit of clipping with the rock, but we'll forgive that. Oh my god, look how gorgeous this is. It's like bronze shininess. It's amazing. It's beautiful. Oh, look at it, dude. It's so pretty. I want to zoom in more. Release my camera's limits. Behold, Roma, the cultural center of the Roman people. This city and all of your future settlements provide your civilization with specific yields. Food to feed your people and grow your populace. Production to construct special buildings and train units. Science to propel your people into the future and progress to greater things. Alright, so we got eating stuff, we got banging stuff, and we got smart stuff. Got it. Usually I only call your mom banging stuff. Woo yeah! Production. A settlement generates an amount of production every game turn. This production can be used for many things, like constructing important new buildings or training powerful military units. A city should always be producing something. Select hammer to choose something to select what? Select choose production to begin. Okay, this thing down here. I click it. Oh, we're tutorialing. The city's production panel contains the projects that can currently begin. Currently, you have the option of producing two different types of units. The Scout unit can navigate difficult terrain to explore the world, revealing it quickly. The Warrior is a military unit that can attack hostile enemies or defend your city from an invasion. Select one of them to begin your training. I'm much more of a scouter. I'm gonna do the scout thing, and I believe you get a boost of production in the first turn to get your first military unit out. I could be wrong though. Excellent. Training will begin at once. In Civilization, players take their turns to make their decisions before advancing. Since there's nothing else to address at this time, select Next Turn. Boop. Oh yeah, welcome to the next turn. Alright, so what do we make? We got 5 gold per turn, 10 influence per turn, we got science, culture, happiness, city limits. I love doing like a pompous voice for the... This is how I make myself read, is I make it entertaining. Because if I just sat here, it's like, while the lands surrounding your city are visible, the rest of the world remains unrevealed. If I do a silly voice, it makes it so much easier for me to actually read these. While the lands surrounding your city are visible, the rest of the world remains unrevealed. This is represented by the pattern tiles near the edges of your worldview. Exploring the lands beyond is key to your civilization's survival and prosperity. Exploration. When a unit moves toward the extent of its vision, the lands beyond reveal themselves. Your recently trained scout stands ready to explore the world. A light blue outline represents the extents it can move in a single turn. Right-click a destination tile to move your scout towards an unrevealed part of the map. So, this scout can reveal things. Oh my god, look at the map, dude. I love how the light plays off the tiles. It feels like I'm playing like Settlers of Catan. Like I feel like I could reach into my screen and pick up these hexagons and just pluck them. And I love how they fall away slowly and then get darker towards the edge of the screen. Oh, dude, they got the game feel really right with the physical UI. I don't love the rest of the UI, but this like in-world UI is great. I do feel like minor feedback to the developers. I think the resource icons, they are centered when you're zoomed out on the top peak of the hexagon, but they move off to the left here, which is kind of odd. That might have been a conscious decision. But to me, I feel like this symbol should be here because like, you know, at a glance, I'm like, oh wait, which tile is this? I have to like come over, but it might have been a conscious choice. All right, scout, where are we going? So I'm definitely towards the top of the map. Oh my god, it's the ice ball. The world is flat. They were right all along. There's a little lightning in the fog, too. I feel like I'm being pulled in two directions by my Civ player brain. On one hand, Civ player brain is telling me I should move as far as possible every turn, which means to the north. On the other hand, I shouldn't scout towards Tundra with my first scout. And so I'm gonna make a step to cross the river here, I can't do the lookout button. A unit's movement speed is the maximum number of tiles it can travel on a turn. Most units have a movement speed of 2, but some can move further. Keep in mind that certain map features like rough terrain or water can consume a unit's remaining moves, ending its movement for the turn. Technology! New technologies emerge when people put their minds to solving great problems. Whichever tech you pursue next will determine the tools you have at your disposal to build your civilization. What path will you choose first? Select Choose Technology option below. Okay, choose a technology. What technologies you research will determine the tools you have at our disposal, like buildings and military units, as well as the ability to construct incredible wonders of the world. Hovering your mouse cursor on a technology will show you a detailed description of what it unlocks. Once you've decided what to begin, click on the technology to begin researching. Alright, we got sailing here, we got animal husbandry, and we got pottery. So like, just based off vibes, I'm like 1, 2, 3. I'm like semi-coastal. I got like some navigable river tiles, so maybe fishing boats could be good here. This would give us food on fishing boats. Animal husbandry would give it, this is the production path. And then pottery is also a production path. I like growth. I like the idea of growing maybe. What does the tree tell me? You know what? I'm gonna go for sailing. I like boats. I'm a boat guy. Research takes time to complete. That amount of time is equal to the science required divided by the science your civilization generates per turn. Sailing has a science cost of 93. Since we currently generate 10 science per turn, we'd expect the research to complete in 9 turns. Increasing your science per turn allows you to research new techs faster. Getting ahead of the competition is a wise strategy for success. Okay, since the training of your first unit is completed, you are free to choose what to produce next. Okay, so I could produce a granary here, which gives +1 food, and +1 food in farms, pastures, and plantations. However, if I'm going for fishing boats, so I don't think I should build a granary, but there was a pop-up here, buildings. When constructing a new building, you must choose a placement location. Buildings can be placed in an urban district with an empty slot, represented by the dark green color, or you may annex a new urban district tile, represented in light green color by placing it there. Yellow tiles contain existing rural population and their improvements. Placing a tile on these tiles is possible, but it will replace the improvement. Red tiles, such as resources or mountains, can now be built upon. I need like Nilesy from the Ogscast to voice over this stuff for me. The technology tree is a comprehensive view of all technology. Oh, okay, that was a different screen. So I could go granary, or I could get a warrior. I feel like the double scout opener is like the Giga Chad. Like that's the pro player thing to do, right? Although then again, I am playing Rome, and like we do get rewards for going for early army commanders because our army commanders are better. So maybe an early warrior. It's not as good at scouting as a scout, but it can do some work. So I will go warrior here. Thanks to the amount of food your city has generated, it has grown in population. Select Grow City to continue. Alright, so if I click here, now we get to choose a tile to annex to the city. When a city grows, it can expand into an adjacent tile, gaining the yield it offers. When your settlement's people move to this tile, they'll create an improvement, a rural structure for them to work and live in. Tiles with high yields and tiles containing resources are an obvious choice, but specific yield types may better suit your strategy. Choose where you would like to expand first. I like this navigable river grassland. I don't know why it has a happiness on it. I'm not sure what the difference is here, but I do like that it has an extra thing on it. Also, I like that this is a 2 food tile as well. That seems quite powerful. I am planning on going the fish boat route, but like a 2 food 1 happiness tile also seems like really strong this early into the game. So I'm gonna grab that. And I don't know, so like let's have a look at our, is there like more detail on the food yield? Okay, we get a new citizen in 4 turns. We're getting 7 food per turn, and we need 34 food to grow. Okay. I feel like I would like more tooltips. That's like my first, like I want to hover over this and see a breakdown. All right, I'm going to move my scout along the coast because I want to see if there's anything neat over here. Discoveries. Exploration has revealed a luxurious encampment, one of many discoveries that can be found in the world. Closer inspection grants a hidden benefit or opportunity. Try moving one of your units there to see what it provides. All right. So I do like how the goody huts look. They're really pretty. I like the little wagon. It kind of makes me think of Stardew Valley. You know, like the witch's hut. I hope there's a witch's hut in the forest in this game. Would make me very happy. Ooh, look at the farm. The farm is really pretty. And unlike in Civ 6, you're always working your rural tiles because there's no more builder anymore, right? So there's no like inactive version of it. Look, god damn, those chickens are big. Holy shit, that's a mega chicken. Look at the size of this chicken and then the size of this house. Also, that's a huge pot. Oh my god. Bro. Does this chicken live in this house? Oh my goodness. Also, this elephant could like tear down the walls of my my palace. Independent villages. You've encountered a stranger from the village of Seleucia. Seleucia? They appear to be hostile. The village could potentially be a strong ally with the right amount of persuasion, but it also could prove a threat to your civilization. Finding the location of Seleucia would be wise, my lord. Independent villages can have different attitudes towards others. Friendly, neutral, or hostile. Once you have found a village, you can use influence to begin diplomatic actions such as befriend, independent, to improve your relationship with it. Ugh, I do hate making friends, my lord. Alright, so we got a scout here. I don't think my scout can attack. I don't think that's a valid move. Scouts are no longer actual combat units. They do have a combat strength. Oh, where's my tooltips? I want more tooltips. I want things to appear when I hover over them. Like, I want to hover over this and I want it to say combat strength. Get on it, UI people. Okay, let's step here. Ooh, okay. Among her sundries, a merchant has long held an assortment of texts in an unusual script. Wary of what they might say, she offers the manuscripts to anyone who is willing to take them. So I can give the texts to a scholar for study. If I had 50 gold, I would be able to get science. But I'm going to take the 50 gold from this goody hut. Boom. Which will hopefully lead to me. I think this was a vegetated tile. Oh no, it just used up my movement. Huh, okay, interesting. Because I thought only vegetated tiles used up your movement. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I know Seleucia is down here somewhere, so I'll go look for a little bit of a battle. Okay, so scouts don't end their movement when they step into a tile. Let's step one more tile to the right. Oh yeah, we found some fish, baby. I'm going to start scouting to the south now. And when I say fish, baby, I don't mean like we found a fish, baby. I want left click to deselect units when I have them. Although, I suppose it is nice that I'm able to click around. Like, I don't know what the deselect key is. Instinctively, I want to left click to deselect things, but is it just escape now? No. Oh, I just click on him again. Okay. Not how I would personally like it to work, but or how my muscle memory is programmed in my brain, but it's acceptable. Take one step. We could do a little lookout scout. Oh, look at that. We found some camels. Let's keep on going. Next turn. All right, one more turn until our warrior comes out. Our city did grow just now. And a blizzard! Oh my god. Not another WoW expansion blizzard, please. No! I make that joke every time a blizzard comes through. That's a joke that's never getting retired. Okay, what's this? This is a quarry. It's also on gypsum. Ooh. +2 production to the capital. I do think getting access to the resource would be quite powerful, because this is not only is this 1 production, 1 science, and 1 happiness, it's also +2 production in this city, and production is always king. So I'm going to grab that resource. A new resource. Recent expansion has allowed you to improve a gypsum resource. Resources grant bonuses or abilities to the city that holds the resource to your entire civilization. Gypsum has this effect. +2 production to your capital, and +4 production in any other city. This is a city resource, so it can only be assigned to cities. Buildings cannot be placed atop resources, so growing atop them is always a great idea, sir. Okay, so we're in the resource screen now. The resource screen is where you view and manage the resources you've acquired via improvements and trade routes. At the top are empire resources, which affect your entire civilization. You can't see it, but I'm dancing with my hands as I speak. On the left are your unassigned city and bonus resources. On the right are clowns. No, on the right are your settlements and resources assigned to them. On your left are jokers. Balatro players, that one's for you. Okay, to assign a resource, select one from the left, and then select an empty slot in the desired settlement. City resources can only be assigned to cities, but bonus resources can be assigned to either towns or cities. Perfect. All right, gypsum is +2 production. I feel pretty good about that decision there. +3 production is a lot early game. All right, let's keep going. What do we got? Next turn. Whoa, I got a scout with orders? Where are you going? Step forward once, and then again. The camel. I do remember camels being omega broken when I got to play that 2-hour preview. Everyone was like, dude, camels are insane. +1 production. Woo. I don't know what that means. Oh, we got a warrior. Warriors. Let's get ourselves another warrior. The warrior will take 3 turns, and sailing will take 3 turns, which makes them line up pretty nicely. All right, a little scout man. Let's cross this river again. Oh man, this is like settlement potential down here is like high. I want to get down there. All right, what's going on? Ooh, we found this thing. It's a cairn, a stone, Neolithic, a structure of stone from the past. That's what that is. Alright, what do you do? Cairn. Builders have raised a monolith, effortlessly and with few tools. The artisans back home will want to know of these novel techniques. Option 1. Learn the builder's techniques, giving us a culture and production boost, or study the builder's tools. I think production feels nicer to me, as the culture does as well, so I'm going to go for that. Boom. Oh, we have a narrative choice. Princep Civitatis. My lord, the Senate is in session and voices are raised in conflict. A lone senator speaks out against imperial fiat, while Augustus's supporters seek to drown him out. We can listen to the senator and build 3 monuments. This will begin a quest. Or we can say only the strength and loyalty of the army matters. We can get a commander with, if we have a commander with 3 promotions, we'll get a 15% production boost towards training infantry. I quite like that idea. Or we could say there are greater pleasures in life than politics. I'm going to go with the commander with 3 promotions. That seems a little more kind of exciting and agentic. Gives us a bit of agency. Oh, we generated enough culture to unlock civics. Each civic unlock unlocks new social policies, as well as unique effects that benefit your civilization. Once you've decided what to study first, click on the civic to begin. Okay, so I believe if we've got 2 trees here. We've got the Antiquity civics, which are for everyone, right? Everyone gets these. And then you've got the Roman civics, which are unique to Rome. And the Roman civics will give us our unique Roman abilities. And it also leads to the Colosseum, for example. So we can go for discipline or mysticism. Discipline will give us survey, which allows our scouts to scout better. It'll also give us the ability to make army commanders, which I like. And it will give us our first army commander for free. So I'm going to get started with discipline. I like that. Choosing a government. We need to establish a government before we can enact social policies. Each form of government has its own unique effects. Choose your government now. So we can go for Classical Republic, which gives a 20% culture and 15% production towards building wonders for 10 turns when we trigger a celebration, or Despotism, which gives science and infantry unit production for 10 turns during its celebration, or Oligarchy, which gives food and production. So definitely this one feels like very much so culture and wonders. This is science and military, and then this is growth and development. And I'm thinking Despotism feels like the right direction for me, although I do like Oligarchy. It gives you a lot, but I'm going to go for Despotism. You play a little bit more towards this sort of military direction. So these are our social policies in Civilization 7. Under your new government, you may enact a social policy. Complete civics throughout the age to earn more policies to enact. Choose your first social policy. So we can do Charismatic Leader, which is just +2 culture, or Tool Making, which is +1 production and +1 science in the palace. I'm going to go with Tool Making. I want that production and science. It's very, very powerful to get science and production. And this civilization doesn't have trouble making culture anyway, so a little bit of science and production helps us along where we're weak. You can adapt your civilization strategies by swapping social policies. If you want to swap a social policy, you'll need to research a civic. Got it. So I have to actually finish a civic to change my policies. I'm going to get myself a second scout now that I have 2 military units. And I'll send my 2 I'm kind of questing out here for the Seleucia city. So there's sailing, which is perfect. So we have fishing keys, galleys. Our units can embark now, and we get +1 food on fishing boats. Oh, building your legacy. So now we can go, it's telling us about the different paths, right? Civilizations are remembered for their accomplishments and the paths they take through history. Some spread their accomplishments across a wide range, while others are devoted to a single cause. Your advisors are at your service to guide you on the path of your choice. Like any great leader, you may change your mind at any time. Now, choose where to focus the efforts of the Roman people. We can go for the economic, military, cultural, or science. I'm going to go for military. Legacy path. Military advisor. Spread your empire far and wide by establishing and capturing more settlements than any other civilization. Your military advisor is here to guide you in this path if you wish. You can change paths at any time. Legacy path. Pax Imperatoria 1. I am your military advisor, a veteran of many wars. I live to serve you and preserve our empire through strength. Our warriors are bold and fierce, but victory on the battlefield requires discipline above all. We must train our soldiers quickly to keep enemies at bay. So we need to study the Discipline Civic, which I am already doing. The first step towards establishing Pax Imperatoria, military legacy. Legacies improve your performance in later ages, but you can choose to pursue 1, multiple, or none at all. Civilization Journal. Check your current tracked goals and objectives at a glance in your Civilization Journal. Okay, cool. So this is like our little quest list to keep us on target if we don't know what we should be doing. Checking your overall legacy progress as well as the other legacy paths can be viewed in the Age Progress panel. Click the Age Progress icon. Okay, this is the Age Progress. This is the screen where it like tracks the progress to the next age. So you can see down here, if we achieve this goal, it basically 5 turns are taken off the turn counter for the end of the age. And we have established some of the points here. So step 1 is to study. Step 1 of this is to research writing. Step 1 of this is to study code of laws. And step 1 of this is to build a wonder. Right, exciting. Okay, so next technology we should research. We do have quarries. So +1 production on clay pits. We could go straight for writing, or we could go for irrigation. I like the idea of going for irrigation, so I think I'll go for pottery first. Pottery will give us access to the brickyard, +1 food on plantations, and +1 production on clay pits. I like that. Cool. So I could attack here, but like there's part of me that's like, maybe I should wait until discipline is finished so that I get the experience. But I think I'm just not going to bother optimizing for that. I want to just see what combat looks like. So my 20 melee strength is being compared to there's a -3 difficulty bonus to combat. Does that mean I'm on such a low difficulty level that the AI is getting penalties? Oh no, I need to pick a higher difficulty level. I hope that's not true. So if I attack here, I did 48 damage, roughly half of their health. So having 10 more combat strength than someone roughly equates to doing half their health and damage. Can you attack? You cannot. I do like the clinkety clink of the units as they like bash each other. I like this guy. This is like the drunken dog master. He's like poking us. This is like a beast master or a hound master from Darkest Dungeon. Hubris. Overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer. Let's do a little lookout. Boom. Little scout in the area. I like that he makes like a little lookout tower. Boop. I'm seeing like silk and all sorts of cool. I mean, this is a beautiful area for more settlements, but we want to conquer. I want to conquer them. I want to do a little warfare. I did notice that my unit didn't take combat damage on the defense or like from the defending unit. You scout this way. So who is this? Who are you? This is Sivash of the Hunnic people, and I want to fight them. I'm a fighter. So the unit is damaged, meaning it takes more damage. Reasonable. Boom. There's the kill. Now, unfortunately, my units don't level up in Civ 7 because only military commanders level up. Okay, so I need to get into the habit of left-clicking the same unit again. I do like how satisfying it is to click on a unit, like the little god ray is really quite nice. I think I can also click here, delete the unit. So we get to grow our city again, and I don't see a reason to put a specialist here. I don't think there is even possible. Our farms are still 2 food. I do see these nice fishing boats now, like this is a 2 food, 1 gold, 1 happiness tile. So I'm going to put a fishing boat right there. When you direct your people to live on a rural tile, they create a structure to work the land called an improvement. Some policies, unique abilities, and even buildings can further improve improvement yields. Got it. I want to build a fishing quay, and I actually want to build it here because I'm hoping that this will build a quarter, because there are certain buildings that benefit really well from being adjacent to coastal tiles. That is something I know from reading about the game. So I think I would like to put my fishing quay here. I'll get +2 food from it. And yes, we are building an urban district on top of the fishing quay, but I believe that will allow us to just move the fishing quay again. But this has let me do like a culture bomb. So like, it's quite easy to move your rural population around. So now we're building a fishing quay here that will give my empire more food, in particular Roma, right? That'll take 6 turns. Now, how much would it cost to purchase that? 220 gold is a decent amount. I do like it that when you click on it, there's like a subtle gold, like a subtle border color around these things. There is part of me that misses micromanaging. Oh, we've got a campfire here. I do miss micromanaging population just a little bit. It was kind of a fun minigame that required a player to master it. Oh, we've got something over here. We've got some ruins. I definitely feel like I completed a challenge. I don't know what that means. Did I find a new continent? Continent lens. I think I did, maybe? Here be dragons? Higsunt Dracones? I don't know what that means. I want to turn off the lens. Oh, that's not the button I wanted to press. No lens. There we go. Definitely takes some getting used to compared to the old Civ 6 commands. All right, let's go step on this campfire. I wonder if you get different outcomes for doing campfires with warriors compared to regular units. Or scouts, rather. Like, do scouts get better outcomes? That'd be an interesting game mechanic. Hunters have perfected a recipe for curing meat so that it does not spoil. Perfect for travelers enduring prolonged journeys. I think Rome benefits a lot from having a really big, powerful capital. And so while the science would be really nice to get pottery, I do think the extra 30 food means that we grow that much faster, which means we can place down the next fishing boat, which means we grow the next pop even faster. So I think growth here for Rome is quite powerful because our abilities as Augustus, right, this is our leader screen. There are 4 panels: diplomatic actions, independent powers you've encountered and your government, and unique abilities determined by your leader in Civ. You can return to this menu at any time by selecting your leader portrait. So like, yeah, we get extra production in the capital for every town. So our capital can be souped up, you know? We also get culture on districts in the capital. We don't have any attributes yet, so we won't play around with that just yet. But let's go step onto this ruin. We'll trigger a new event. We could spend 1 turn of science to gain 100 happiness towards the next celebration. Now, I don't know exactly where I see the celebrations screen, so I don't know how to tell. I could also just get a culture boost, which would get me discipline faster, which would get my army commander faster. So I'm going to go for the culture here because I want that army commander faster that shaves 2 turns off that. I don't like that all of my units aren't alerting me that they're ready to be commanded. Like, there's no button down here that's like, hey, your scout needs orders. And I feel like I'm missing that button. I feel like my scout has stood here too long because I wasn't getting that update. Oh, what's this? Discovered a new continent. We have named it Atlantica. So they've changed the hotkeys for how to do continent stuff, but we have found a new continent. It's cool. Yeah, I feel like units don't bark for orders like they used to. We just met POTATOCIV. Good diplomatic relations with other leaders can yield powerful benefits for your civilization, but they are also your main rivals in achieving victory. Before starting diplomatic relations with other leaders, people, you should greet them. You can give a friendly, neutral, or hostile greeting. The choice is yours. Well, I don't really know anything about POTATOCIV. I mean, based on this hover over, he's dumpstering me in stats. I am POTATOCIV. Favorite of the sun and child of the mountains. Shake in my presence as the earth itself does. Dude, my Augustus is looking smug AF. Brother is not impressed. So I could give him a friendly greeting. I am usually a chill sort of person. I'll give him a friendly greeting, plus it also tells me where his capital is. So this is diplomacy. We can learn about their civilization, their agenda, our relationship with them. We can do diplomatic actions with them. A variety of sources can affect your relationship with other leaders. You got diplomatic actions, world events, settling too close to their capital, and their unique agenda. A helpful relationship can lead to an alliance, and a hostile relationship is more likely to lead to war. Keep in mind that the other leader can also affect your relationship in the same way, so it's prudent to keep an eye on it from time to time. You can start a variety of diplomatic actions with another leader by spending influence. These actions can have a variety of effects and generally last for a fixed period of time. So you've got endeavors, which help both of us, sanctions, which are harmful to the other leader, and espionage actions, which are hidden from the other leader. Okay, so we've got friendly, we've got like open friendly, open hostile, and then hidden hostile. All diplomatic actions except espionage and sanctions will require the other leader to give a response, which may have an influence cost. They include support, accept, or reject. So supporting, they spend money, well, influence in this case, to make it more powerful. They accept it, which gives the default option, or they reject it, which cancels it at the cost of some influence. So I could do a cultural exchange with them right now. I would get +4 culture per turn, and they would get +2 culture per turn. If he supports it, we would both get +6 culture per turn. Or I could denounce him. I feel like a cultural exchange. Did I get to see where their capital is? Okay, so their capital is down here. Like I feel like we're in a period of time where we could just do a little cultural exchange. And he actually supported it, so now we're getting +6 culture per turn. And there it is, right? We went from 11 to 17. Definitely being friendly has some benefits. I'm going to tell my unit to rest until it's fully healed. I'm not going to tell it to do anything else. You can't quite attack yet. We'll have to wait a turn. We'll keep our scout moving. I will step onto the river. And yeah, let's keep on scouting. Okay, what does this do? Reveal all so increases sight range by +1 for 1 turn. Reveal all discoveries within twice this range. So I didn't really see any discoveries, so I will now just go back to moving manually. This unit's ready to fight. So I'm going to attack here. This should be a kill. Boom. And then we can start looking at Seleucia as a place to attack. Move this scout over here. We have found another luxurious encampment, which would be exciting. And we have a narrative choice. The moving lake. A soldier returns with a harrowing tale. A unit wandering the sands, ever chasing the sparkle of a lake just seen over the next hill. Then the next and the next. So we get 25 culture for this. I don't know what triggered this, but I will take a 25 culture boost, especially because that finished discipline for us. So now we have the survey card, which gives scout movement and sight. We have the Sharukin, which acts as a fortified district that must be conquered. +3 combat strength to fortified districts in all settlements. Ageless, must be placed adjacent to a district. We get army commanders and the legatus, which is our unique army commander, and we gain a free army commander. So now we can actually change policies. So Legacy Path, Pax Imperatoria 2. Our army is now a well-honed sword, and like a sword it needs a strong hand to wield it. A legatus rises from the ranks, a charismatic soldier eager to lead our forces in battle. A legatus is critical to managing any standing military, and you'll continue to learn to use it over the course of many battles. Since it cannot attack on its own, you'll need to train an army for it to lead. Next objective. Train and assemble 4 military units and move them near your legatus. When adjacent, use the legatus to pack them into an army using the assemble army action. Okay. We'll do that Legacy Path. I don't think I'm going to change anything here. I guess I could plug in Survey. Yeah, I do like the idea of seeing and moving further with my scouts, because that will get me more of these narrative events, which I put a lot of value on personally. So we could go to Mastery of Discipline, and that would actually get me Honor, which gives me +3 combat strength against independent powers. So I really like that. I'm going to go for that. I want to be able to... I have 2 independent powers nearby that I can farm experience off of for my military commanders that I'm happy to work on. A warrior would only be 120 gold, so I'm going to buy one real quick. As I'm happy to spend my gold on that. So there's pottery. Pottery gives us the brickyard, as well as +1 food on plantations and +1 production on clay pits. We met a new civilization. We have met Napoleon, and he's here to decide the fate of the world. Pleasure to meet you, Napoleon. I'm going to give him a friendly greeting as well. I don't think there's a reason to be negative this early into the game. Plus, this tells me where his capital is, unless he refused. It looks like he refused. I don't see where his units were. But yeah, let's go pick up this luxurious encampment. So we can take the excess game to get 20 food and gold, or we can get 75 happiness to the next celebration. I'm going to go for the happiness to the next celebration. I don't know where the celebration tracker is. 14 turns until the next celebration. 3 turns now is what it says. I would like to get irrigation. So I'm going to go for animal husbandry because I want that garden. You can see here it gets extra food for adjacent coastal terrain and navigable rivers. So if I put a garden like here, or even in my capital, or even over here, like that's a lot of food potential. That's like right here it's a 4 food tile, which is really, really strong. At least it feels like it to me. So let's see. I want you to join this army. Boom. He's joined the army now. And we can start moving this legatus down. In the meantime, I'm going to get my military units that are down here to heal right in front of Seleucia. And my scout, I'm going to slowly move him across here. Okay, he's discovering a lot of land. We're well and truly into the exploration phase. Jump in that water. We've got another city-state that's hostile down here. Independent peoples. And our capital's ready to grow. Since we're in the middle of building the fishing quay, I will grab myself another fishing boat tile. Because this will be worth another +1 food, and it will keep our city growing on a nice curve. And now that our city is population 5, we have the option to train settlers, it seems to have told me. I kind of clicked off it too quickly by accident. But I think I want to expand using my legatus. I think that's a more exciting way to do it for Rome. It might be worth it to train a settler, but it also might be worth it to do it this way. All right, I've got a scout over here. Let's move him down to this tile. We did find gold. Very powerful. Well, let's hit up the next turn. My units are healing. I'll move my army commander down another tile, making our way towards Seleucia. I'll sneak my scout past Nag to Punan. Next turn, we'll do like a proper scout. So we've got something here. It looks like a campfire on the river. God, it's such a beautiful game. Like, the game is actually gorgeous. So we can sample the herbs. That's 30 culture and happiness towards the next celebration, or 30 food. I'm going to go for the culture and happiness. I want that celebration to trigger. And I'm going to... can you move? No, you guys can't. Okay. Next turn, we will finish the fishing quay, which I'm excited about because that's going to lead to a lot of growth. And there's discipline level 2. So now we can change policies again and put in honor so we can fight independent powers even stronger. +3 combat strength against independent powers. I know I clicked a little bit quickly there. I'm getting back into old habits. So now I'd like to maybe start thinking about getting some unique culture abilities, unless I want to go to tactics here. Mysticism would allow me to get some happiness, as well as allow me to get a pantheon. So I'm going to go for mysticism here. I think that's a reasonable choice. So we got a social policy slot. We love the Tyrant Day. I love that. Your government grants you a choice between these effects during a celebration. Choose one bonus for the next 10 turns. I'm going to go for the military bonus. Congratulations, because you maintained your people's happiness well, they've decided to have a celebration in your honor. Celebrations are periods of time when your people are more productive, and it's up to you. It's up to you where they direct this new energy. Keep an eye on the duration, as celebrations do not last forever. Okay, great. So I'm going to go for that 30% production boost, and I'm going to grab survey back because I want that scout movement again. I like exploring early. Now, a legatus is very, very expensive here, but warriors are quite a bit cheaper. I do like the idea of getting some settlers out. We have 2 city locations, and I think Rome does like to get towns down. So I'm going to start with a settler here. Even though it would be very prudent, you know what? I will get 1 warrior first, because my quest is to get an army of 4 units together. I'm going to move this scout forward 2 tiles. And then I'm going to press the search button, which will give him extra vision range, and also reveal things like this wreckage over here, as well as this ruin. And there's also a ruin up here to the north. So there's quite a few that we can get our hands on. I'm going to move you 2 tiles to the north as well. And then I'm going to do a search. And it looks like we did find a cairn over there, but nothing else. But we'll go see if we can grab that cairn. I do like the search button. I like the way that scouts have a little bit more utility and a little bit more ability to do different things. Yeah, so now my fishing boats are making 3 food per turn, which feels quite good. I've gone in that kind of fishing boat direction, and I'll be able to get 1, 2, 3, if not 4 more fishing boats. So I'll be able to get like a really good growth curve in my capital. A new military unit has popped out. I'm going to tell you to leave the army onto this tile. I'll put the army commander on this tile, and I'll move my army over here. So we're getting ready to attack Seleucia. Again, I'm going to start generating experience on this legatus. I believe I will grab this ruin first, because I'm able to get to it. So I can spend 3 turns of production in Roma to gain a boost to the earliest available technology, or I can sell them for gold. I'm just going to grab the gold because I can use that to generate more military units and stuff like that. And I'm going to move my scout over here to the left because I want to get over to this cairn. Now, Tyre, I could make friends with. So if I click on my own guy, I can look at my relationships. I'm kind of confused. Like, I got to click on the actual city-state itself. So if I click on Tyre here, up they pop. This is their independent city. They got a donkey. And I can befriend them if I have enough influence. I don't have enough influence just yet, but I think I will befriend Tyre. And I think having a couple of city-states on your side isn't a bad idea. We've taken an attack over here. Commander units earn experience when one of their nearby units engages in combat. After gaining enough experience, you can choose powerful promotions that can enhance the combat effectiveness of nearby units or unlock new abilities. Okay, so my commander, I don't know how to check his experience. Let me see here. Okay, so he's got 3 out of 15 experience because they attacked us. Now, is there a more obvious place that I can see that? I don't think there is. So what's this here? Defensive perimeter. Order all military units within the command radius to build temporary fortifications or coordinated attack. So I could do a coordinated attack on this unit. But I think what I would like to do, I want to do a little bit of micromanagement myself. So if I attack here, I've got 21 combat strength. I get 17 combat strength. So I will come out with better, right? And now, this is going to be our first chance to maybe do flanking? No, not quite. If we attack the city, we're not going to attack the city yet, right? Because we're even on combat strength. But I will attack this guy, and that should get us more experience on our leader. Yeah, he's up to 11 experience now. So I tell you what, I'm just going to attack again. And maybe this will get him a promotion. And I think it did. Your legatus has earned enough experience from combat to earn their first promotion. To grant this commander a promotion, click the promote action button. So the promote action button is here. And we have a variety of paths to choose from. Your commander has access to many different promotions organized into several discipline trees. Each promotion unlocks a new ability or skill your commander can use on the battlefield. You can choose to diversify the skills of your commander units, or you can specialize by focusing on a specific discipline tree. So you've got Bastion, Assault, Logistics, Maneuver, and Leadership. So Bastion is all about defending, Assault is about attacking, Logistics is about moving and containing units, Maneuver is about movement, and Leadership is about leading cities. So for example, Zeal gives +5 yields to +5% to all yields in a settlement when stationed on a district. Land units within the command radius can be upgraded as if in friendly territory, and heal 10 HP when upgraded, so makes your upgrade more powerful and useful. Then we've got 10 combat strength for this commander when it's defending, making him harder to kill. We've got a 50% reduction in this commander's recovery time, so if he is killed, he comes back quicker. Then we've got +5 combat strength for all units attacking when using the coordinated attack commander ability. So if you use the coordinated attack ability, your units will be stronger, and the same for the focus fire. So this is all about leading your units. This commander has +1 movement on land and ignores terrain movement restrictions when packed. So this lets you move units around much easier. Land units within the command radius have +2 flanking bonus when attacking. Opponents have -2 flanking bonus when attacking. Land units suffer no combat penalties when attacking while embarked. It costs 1 movement to embark and disembark. Land units with the command penalty ignore terrain movement restrictions, so lets you move around a lot quicker. And then the capstone here is the command radius applies a zone of control to enemy land units. Amazing. Okay. And then we've got logistics. So we have to kind of think about what is the thing that we need right now, and then what is the thing that we want long term. Logistics gives you gold for each unit packed into this commander. That's actually quite powerful. And then you've got 15% production towards training land units when stationed on a district. So the combination of leadership and recruitment would allow you to generate a lot of military units. +2 unit slots and faster reinforcement for this commander. So he can hold up to 6 people, meaning he can get 6 gold per turn. Field medic. Land units within the command radius gain a +5 healing in enemy and neutral territory. Very powerful for healing. Logistics gives you HP and yield from pillaging within the command radius. And then survival training gives land units within the command radius the commando ability. Terrain combat bonuses are doubled, and infantry can move and attack through cliffs. So this changes how you play. Assault. Units can move after unpacking from this commander. That's a very powerful one. +2 command strength, or +2 combat strength for infantry units within the command radius when attacking. +2 combat strength for range units within the command radius when attacking. +3 combat strength for cavalry units within the command radius when attacking. +3 combat strength for siege units within the command radius when attacking. I do wish it was, rather than being organized like these two in sequence, I think it would be nicer if you could pick any 2 of these things and then go to the final one, which is advancement, which is infantry and cavalry within the command radius have the first strike ability and +5 combat strength when at full health. Because what I really want as playing as Rome is I want infantry and siege, but I don't want infantry and cavalry, right? So very cool. A lot of really powerful stuff here. +2 combat strength for land units within the command radius when defending. So they're stronger when defending. Land units within the command radius complete fortifications 1 turn faster. +2 combat strength for land units stationed on a district within the command radius, plus 10 HP to fortify districts in the city when stationed on a city center. So he is a garrison commander. And then defilade, plus 3 combat strength from fortifications for land units within the command radius. So your units are more stronger on fortifications, and land units within the command radius heal 5 HP after attacking. That's actually quite powerful. I do like mobility, being able to move my armies around. So I think I'm going to start with maneuver. Plus 1 movement, and ignoring terrain movement penalties when units are packed up into you is really powerful. Like the combination of maneuver and assault here could be really powerful. So I'm going to go for maneuver first. This will allow me to reposition my army around the map a lot quicker. And then let's move down this river because we want to get to this cairn. And I have a scout over here. Let's move north and see what we reveal. And then I'm going to move towards this ruin. Okay, it looks like somebody else might get that ruin before me, but that's fine. We've met a new civilization. We've met Trung Track. The breeze from Fancy Pan was cool this evening, and the Red River Falls calm, and here you are. For a second, because she was looking to the right, I was like, oh, they must have programmed her wrong because she was looking the wrong way. But I guess I was wrong. I'm going to greet them friendly as well. I don't see a reason not to be friendly at this juncture of time, because that does potentially reveal their capital city. It looks like she didn't want to do that, but that's fine. All right, let's go to the next turn. Man, a lot is happening in the very, very early game. There's a lot to think about here. Plus 1 food. Looks like a river flooded down here. Let's grab this cairn. So we can spend... What would I get for this? Plus 20 food to the nearest settlement. I'll take the food. That's fine. Yeah, it looks like we were attacked here. I'm going to have this unit heal for a turn. And then I'll move this unit forward. And I'll have this unit heal for a turn while we wait to get our military into position. Our legatus has 3 out of 30 experience. So we will get some experience attacking and clearing this, hopefully. And we've got a new military unit on its way down to help. Yeah, so they did grab that, so I'm going to go ahead and run down to see if I can grab that wreckage as fast as I can. So we're in the middle of producing a settler, and I'm thinking somewhere down here could be really good. There's animal husbandry. We have access to the salt pit and the slinger, as well as production from camps and woodcutters and food on pastures. We've got a diplomatic action being used on us. Napoleon wants us to open borders. Plus 2 gold per turn for me. Seems pretty good if that's in fact what that is. So like open borders, no downside for me, right? Because he's not even, I don't even know where he is, right? He's not close enough to be a problem. At least as far as I can tell right now. We do pick a new technology. Let's have a look at the tree. Yeah, I think we wanted to go for irrigation because the garden was really kick-ass. Also the plus 1 settlement limit on irrigation is quite good. I'm going to move 1 tile with you. And then I'm going to tap the search button. See if you reveal anything. I do not see any special sites, but we'll keep exploring. That's fine. I'm going to take another turn of healing on my units before I attack here because I want them to be a little stronger. Their health is just a little low, and I don't think we can break that. Oh, nice. We found the redwood forest. There is one tree that speaks only to the austere mountain heads, to the mindful wind and the watching stars. Beautiful. So this actually has 2 food, 2 production, and 2 happiness on it. I think I want to try to settle that with my settler. That's probably going to be the way I send it, so that we can get this land. And that's quite exciting. All right, we've healed up 10 health on all these units, so I think now might be a good time to attack. Let's attack with you. And then you attack. And then you attack. And so next turn we should be able to clean them up. I did like that guy getting bounced out of the combat. That was awesome. Just needs like a little Wilhelm scream in there. Let's move over to this river and we'll do a search here or something next turn. Maybe I'll move up this way. All right, kick ass. So we've got some pretty good exploration done. I definitely want to go see if I can grab that redwood forest. Yeah, looks like they're healing on the defense, even though I'm assaulting them. So I'm pretty happy that I sat back and let my units heal for a turn. There is a settler over here to the left. Let's do a search. Looks like we haven't really found anything, but we have revealed more of the map. Let's grab this. We can get science and production or influence. I'm going to go for the science and production. I think that's pretty good here. That's going to shave 3 turns off of our irrigation and a turn maybe off of our settler. All right, let's attack with the highest health unit first. Seleucia has been taken. I can incite them to raid someone, but I don't necessarily want to do that. I can disperse the independent. I get 25 experience and 100 gold. Oh, damn. Okay, so dispersing independence is actually quite powerful. Let's take some time to heal our military units up, and then we'll look maybe to go for Sivash next. So we got a militaristic attribute. Strength is measured best by the skill of its use. Wisdom sharpens the power's blade. So we got a militaristic attribute for clearing out that encampment, which is really awesome. So now I can actually spend this in the militaristic leader attribute tree. So we can get +5 combat strength against independent powers and city-states, or +1 war support in all wars. I quite like the ability to ignore the unhappiness penalty from unrest and captured settlements. That seems really powerful. Attributes you choose will apply for the remainder of the current age as well as all future age that this leader participates in. Some points are for specific attributes, with wildcard points can be spent anywhere. Being able to fight independent powers better does feel really good, especially because I am in the middle of fighting them, so I'm going to grab that. But This path here also seems really powerful, as, like, honestly, all of these actually feel quite good now that I'm getting a chance to play with them. And my commander has leveled up, and this ability right here, units can move after unpacking from this commander. The conjunction of, like, moving faster while packed, plus the units being able to move and attack after unpacking feels quite powerful. So I'm going to go for maneuver and assault as our first two abilities. That feels like very Roman. Quite cool. I like that. It's a very, very interesting way to play. Your treasury. Your civilization accumulates wealth in the form of gold, which is generated every turn from various sources, including buildings, resources, and land improvements, as well as civic policies and trades. Gold is a very powerful resource which can be used to purchase things instantly that would normally require time and production to obtain. However, keep in mind that most buildings and units have a gold maintenance cost which is subtracted from your treasury each turn. Maintaining a positive gold income is important. Got it. Building a granary would give us +2 food, as well as extra food on farms. And if I were to build it here, this would open up potentially expanding to this wine with a unit. So I think what I will do is I will purchase a granary over here, because that basically allows my city to cross the river. It means I'm now on both sides of the river, which feels pretty good to me. And it'll also make my future farms better. So let's go granary right there. We purchase it. That's another +2 food, meaning we grow even faster. And sure enough, like, yes, our growth is slowing down, but I'm fine with that. But we are ready to grow. We could grab this wine, +2 happiness in the capital, +10% culture when we're in a celebration. Seems quite good. Alternatively, we could get a 3 food farm over here, or we could get a 2 production tile. I mean, a 2 production tile, that's about a 25% increase in our productivity, which is really, really powerful. I think a 25% increase in productivity is hard to turn our nose up at. And so I'm going to go ahead and grab the flat tundra here. It also has a culture on it because it's a tundra. So build that lumber mill right there. The extra production is very valuable. Okay, there's mysticism. That gives us access to priesthood, the altar, and the ability to found a pantheon. I don't think we need to change our policies. Also, we just got our first settler, which is really exciting. We don't need honor right now, so it could be good for us to put tool making in. Now, as far as I can tell, the red tiles are places where you cannot settle. The yellow tiles are where it's okay to settle. And the kind of light blue tiles are where it's like, you should absolutely settle here. Or at least it has fresh water. Here's like a recommended city location. And I do quite like this location, but I'm kind of more excited about expanding this way. But maybe it would be good for me to expand down this way. So how do I feel about this location? No fresh water available on this tile. Interesting. I don't hate this tile, however, for a city. It's really good for food and farming and all that jazz. Alternatively, settling down the river a little bit, like this would get me camels and gold. There's also a really intriguing settlement over here. I'm going to trust the game. And I'm going to go settle over there. I'm going to let them lead me the way that they think. Let's grab our Roman civic. I would like the Temple of Jupiter. I want more culture, and I want more happiness. And I also want our unique building. Okay, so we get to choose a pantheon. It's time to choose a pantheon to represent the ethos of your civilization. Once you or another leader has chosen one of your available pantheons, it becomes unavailable for any other player. Most pantheons require an altar building to function. So city patron goddess. Okay, so these ones are already taken. +1 culture on quarters and settlements with an altar. +5 healing for units and rural tiles. +1 food on farms, pastures, and plantations and settlements with an altar. + gold on camps and woodcutters and settlements with an altar. 10% production towards buildings. 1 production from fishing boats. God of the Sea is quite good, especially if we're going with the plan that we're talking about. +1 culture, food, gold, just +1 of everything on the altar. Military unit training, science. Monument to the Gods is already gone. Settler production, then we've got +1 happiness adjacency. Oh, Sacred Waters, that's actually really good. I could put my altar right here with a garden. That'll be quite powerful. I do quite like Goddess of Festivals. That's a lot of culture. And Rome is a civilization that quite likes culture as far as I can remember. So I'm going to go for Goddess of Festivals. Altars also contribute a base amount of happiness. I would not mind making another settler. I think now is the time to start plonking down our towns to support Roma. I think that is what we are currently going to benefit a lot from, is expanding. Like, we've done our first little bit of building up, now let's do our expanding. Let's move this unit over, and I'm going to tell them to add to the army. And I'm going to tell my military commander to assemble his army inside himself, which will complete the legacy path Pax Imperatoria 3. Now we need to assemble an army including at least 1 siege unit, and then we need to attack, capture another civilization settlement. Okay, I'll make my way over to Sivash slowly. And now the commander actually ignores a lot of terrain restrictions, which means we can move this army a lot easier. I like that. Trunk Track is inviting me to start a research collaboration. I think I want to support this because the extra science is like a 50% science increase this phase of the game, which is incredible. It does feel like these agreements are really powerful early. We need to get this scout out of here. Let's retreat. I can't quite afford to make friends with Tyre, but that's not a big deal. I'm going to step onto the silk and then see if I can heal up my units on the silk. I don't know if units can even heal while they're inside the army commanders. I'm going to press the heal button and see what happens. We'll check in on those guys in a little bit. This is all about learning, you know? All right, let's move up to here, and then we're going to tap the search button. I don't think I found any goody huts, but that's okay. See if we can't sneak past Cirta over here. A diplomatic action has been sent against us. She wants to do military aid. I think that's a great one. +3 combat strength is incredible. So I'm going to take that. Trunk track. Me and her, we're best buddies. I can't tell if the units are healing in this thing. So I'm just going to deploy my army. This guy I'll tell to fortify. Now, I don't know how long it takes to build fortifications, but you'll heal and you'll heal. I'll just let my units heal up. I don't know if they need to be deployed to heal. I don't fully understand the game system. Probably by the time you see this video, I will have figured it out. Okay, we're 1 turn away from getting irrigation. Oh my god, it happens in this game too! They stand on the tile you want to go to! You're kidding me. It happened. Oh my god, the AI did the thing, guys. They did the thing. They did the thing where they stand on the tile you want to go to. Incredible things are happening in Sid Meier's Civilization 7, just like Civ 6. Okay, so there's irrigation. Happiness measures your people's satisfaction with you. Settlements send you excess happiness. After enough excess happiness, you will earn a celebration. Settlements with negative happiness will receive yield penalties to earn happiness. Settle near fresh water. Slot resources that grant happiness. So fresh water is actually worth settling on. Oh my god, I was just about to say I'm going to settle on this river because he was in the way. He's on the tile I want to settle, guys. He's like, the AI is a master troll. That's like a 2-turn delay on my settlement there. That's very obnoxious. All right, let's get to the skibbity hibbity hibbity hobbity ho. So we got irrigation, which means we got the garden. We definitely want to build the garden. I have to take a short break. Ooh, hanging gardens is neat. +1 food and farms in the settlement, 10% growth rate in all cities, and an expansionist attribute point. Num 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 num. We may want to build the hanging gardens. I do like the idea of building a library. +1 science. A lot of science there. So I'll start researching writing. That seems like a reasonable move. Move my little scout down here. We got some nice coastal stuff going on. All right, let's move 2 tiles. And here looks like a good spot to do one of those searches. I don't think we found anything, but we are revealing the map. We have more or less revealed the continent. I think things are going to start getting choked up a little bit here pretty soon. Right, this guy has built his fortifications, and they've finally moved off of this tile so we can go settle here. Jeez. All right, scout. Move along the coast. And then I've got another scout up here. I'm going to have to send you all the way up. May as well reveal the water. Oh, wow, there's like a little island here. Open ocean. Can you even make that? No, you can't. Okay, cool. A river flooded down here in Cirta. So my units should be healing up nicely. I think now might be the time to make a move on the cities, the encampment. So I'll move my units forward here. It actually doesn't look like there's anyone guarding it, which is kind of an interesting situation to be in. I could build the hanging gardens. I do like the hanging gardens. The expansionist attribute point is kind of an exciting idea. If I go to my attributes here and we look at expansionist, 25% production towards training settlers is pretty cool. And there's quite a few tiles that we could place this. Now, if I remember correctly, our buildings, our unique buildings, they benefit from being near wonders. Happiness, constructibles, and wonders. So the question is, do I want to go 1 more settler right now? Will take 8 turns. I think they get more expensive the more you build. Or do I want to go for the hanging gardens? There are a decent amount of farms potentially here in this city. It might be a little bit early to get it when I could build something like the garden here, which is +7 food, which is like an outrageous amount of yields. Because if I plonk it right there, I could plonk it right here next to this granary too, but here it would get 7 yield. I'm going to go for the 7, plus this will actually expand my borders out to here too. My city expansion. When you place down an improvement, it seems to expand your borders. So I'm going to settle this settlement here. We've got Ravenna. That's our first expansion. Your people have made a new home, providing you with your first town. Like a city, food from this settlement allows you to expand into nearby tiles. However, buildings and units in the town can only be purchased with gold. You can also spend gold to turn a town into a fully fledged city, though the gold cost is greater the more cities you have in your civilization and decreases as the town grows. So basically, this city doesn't actually have a construction queue. And the only thing it can really do right now is turn production into gold, generate a little bit of culture, a little bit of happiness, and a little bit of food. It will slowly grow. Yeah, so it doesn't actually produce anything. Its production is converted into gold. And I can convert it into a city for 600 gold, but I can't really afford that right now. But I can also pay money to build things, right? Like I could place down a fishing quay. I can also grow this town. And remember, this production is less valuable than it would be in my capital, because this production would get me, this would just get me +2 gold per turn, right? Whereas like this 2 food, 1 gold, 1 happiness is quite a bit more valuable. So I will actually go for that tile right there in Ravenna. Another settler is ready. I'll send a settler down here. There's like some good fresh water here. It is right next to some gold, so that feels like a not terrible idea. Meanwhile, my scout up here in the north is kind of checking out the coast. Okay, we've got a defenseless city over here. I didn't realize that a city center had to be defended. Let's disperse this independent. There's 100 production from that, which would have been incredible to finish the hanging gardens faster. It did actually finish the regular garden faster, and so I think I will go for the hanging gardens now on this tile. City will grow in what looks like 5 turns. You know what? Maybe I should get my next settler first. And I think I will. 5 turns for that settler. Let's assemble this army together so I can move the army commander next turn. All right, assemble these guys in and then move to Ravenna. And hopefully we should be able to defend this. A diplomatic action has been used on us. I'm going to just take the diplomatic influence because I don't want to spend the 60 here. I want to start developing relationships with city-states, which is going to require some diplomatic influence. Roma is defenseless, so it looks like city centers actually don't have the ability to defend themselves like they did in previous games. So maybe it would be better if I left a garrison in each city. That might be a little bit of a learning curve thing that I just wasn't aware of. I didn't realize that that would be something that I would have to worry about. So we'll see what these guys do. They do look like they have come to attack me. My army is pretty assembled. I'm going to need a little bit of gold. I think I should be able to buy some gold, buy a unit with gold before they get too close. Let's also settle another town. Capua has been settled here. And now we got Paramount Chiefdom. The seat of authority has traditionally been shared among representatives from different towns, but some have begun to argue that those who live in the capital are better poised to delegate issues to the rest, and their voices grow louder. So we can maintain distributed power, which give us 10% production towards buildings, or we can get a 15% production boost towards buildings in Roma. I actually like the idea of consolidating power into the capital because I plan to play around with a lot of towns, a lot of small towns as the aside. I will grab the gold, and I believe if we go to the resource tab, gold is an empire resource, and we get a 20% gold boost towards purchasing buildings. That will actually make developing these cities quite a bit easier. You can see here, I don't remember what they were before, but they're quite a bit cheaper than they were. We're getting a nice scout off down here. Let's pop a search. We found Thera.
Fire boiled up for days from the depths of the sea, and the whole place burned like fire.
Note to the editor, make sure to play the Wonder movie. So this is Thera, a natural wonder, a new wonder. Very cool. Beautiful little volcano down here. So what is this going on? Another leader has started an endeavor with me. That was the local festival. Okay. I don't know why I can't move. Oh, because the turn hasn't actually ended. Right. Let's see. Towns, growth, and economy. The town of Ravenna has truly begun to establish itself as a home for the Roman people. Towns are critical for your economy as their production is converted into gold. You can spend gold to upgrade a town to a city, though there are trade-offs. The upgrade cost decreases the more populous the town becomes, but as a city, it won't bring in much gold as before. Consider keeping Ravenna a town for now, so we can adopt a focus later. Yeah, I have no plans to develop my towns into cities at this current time. What I do want to do is to get to this tile with my commander, and then deploy my army aggressively. And I want to make use of the coordinated strike ability if I can. Okay, it looks like I can't. But because I have the promotion, I'm actually able to move my units on the turn that they were deployed. So I should be able to kill this guy. Boom, that's him dealt with. I will even attack here as it will soften this guy up and I should be able to retreat. My town is ready to grow. And I do think that these fishing tiles are actually quite powerful, particularly these ones on the navigable rivers. That's 2 food, 1 gold, 1 happiness. It's quite powerful. It's going to mean our economy starts growing quite a bit. All right, little scout moving along the coast. Got a settler coming in 2 turns. Okay, I wasn't expecting the boat to be able to shoot onto land. We have unlocked a new civic, the Exercitus Romanus, which gives us the Temple of Jupiter, which has a base yield of 3 happiness, has +1 culture for each adjacent happiness constructible, and wonder. And then we also have Auxilia, which gives military unit production in the capital for every town that you have. You can now build the Temple of Jupiter, a unique building. The building is unique to the Roman civilization and has special bonuses. You can unlock another unique building by continuing to study the Rome civic tree. Put both in the same city to create a unique quarter to unlock even more special bonuses. The Roman unique quarter, the form, grants the following effects on completion. It gives +1 culture for every unique tradition in the government. Cool. I don't think we need Auxilia just yet. I'm going to see if I can get this unit to retreat to a safe distance. I'll move you 1 tile to the left, and I'll move these 2 warriors forward, and I'll move my army commander forward as well. I'll make an attack, and then we should be able to clean this up a little bit easier. We have a narrative choice as well. Military might. The Roman soldiers have earned many accolades and grow proud in their strides, apparently entitled to the city's choicest bites. Some citizens start to grumble that their authority shouldn't extend beyond the battlefield. So I can rein in my army's authority to gain culture, or I can gain science. I think I'm going to gain science because that will finish the writing technology for me, which will allow me to build the library. Also the Great Stele, which gives me 200 gold when I construct a wonder in this settlement, including this one. It's quite powerful. And I can also do a research initiative to boost my science. Not that I need to do that just yet. We have another narrative event. A famous young poet composes a work about Roman history and pens a gory chapter about a necromantic witch. Ooh. Some say such unholy topics are outside the bounds of taste, although his peers argue such details add thrills to the narrative. He should tone it down, or I can gain happiness. I'm going to gain the happiness. More gore, please. Oh, we have another narrative event. A story to tell. Satisfied at last, the writer sets down their quill. They've spent countless hours writing their words, only to scratch them out and rewrite them. All will be worth it if one reader finds joy in this text. One must write every day to improve, or inspiration only strikes when it wills. I'm going to grab the Codex, because I believe Codexes are a great work, which are managed here in the Great Work screen. I need to slot them into a Great Work in my cities to benefit from their effects. The showcase on the left lists all of your Great Works. The archive at the center shows all Great Works that are not slotted into a settlement, therefore inactive. So this is the archive, this is the showcase. On the right you can see all settlements and their available slots. Your first codex has automatically been slotted in your capital, but you need to revisit the screen to move it or slot in more codices. You can increase the number of slots a settlement has by constructing specific buildings or wonders. Okay, so this gives me +2 science, which is quite nice. I kind of wish I could see a science breakdown. Oh, I can. Okay. Yeah, okay, we do have a breakdown if I go to the global yield screen. Very nice. My commander has leveled up again. I'm going to go for the route ability, which is +2 combat strength for infantry units within the command radius. So let's grab that. Makes my unit stronger. We have another narrative event. Soldiers stand tall before their commanders. They will perform well on the battlefields to come. Augustus will make sure of it. So I get 15% production towards training infantry. Very nice. And another narrative event, Sol Invictus. Augustus, according to legend, is descended from Apollo. But a new cult is forming among Rome's prosperous nobles. One that places the sun at the heart of all things. The cult of Sol Invictus. So, I can either take 50 gold or I can take the quest to get an expansionist attribute point and build 2 altars. I'm going to take the quest because I always like doing quests in games. I think it's quite fun. And I would like to get my unique quarter, so I'm going to go for the Civis Romanus. Now in terms of technology, we can kind of choose a little bit here. So I could go for Mastery, which would give me +1 science from science buildings, 1 codex, and the steel technology ability. I could also go to the bronzeworking technology to get access to legions, as well as the barracks. Bronzeworking would be a pretty significant advancement in terms of my military capability, so I think I'm going to go for bronzeworking, especially because we've been heading in a sort of militaristic direction. Let's continue to scout towards the south. All right, we found another one of these sort of hostile encampments. I'm a little bit worried about my units taking too much damage here, but we'll live with it for now. These boats are annoying. Okay, my capital city is ready to grow. We have been heavily focused on fishing boats, for sure. Getting the iron is another +1 combat strength on our infantry, which is really quite powerful, and the +2 production is also fantastic. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that, because I believe that counts as a strategic empire resource. So now our military, our sort of infantry units are just stronger now. We can go ahead and get that kill, get ourselves some experience. Take a few turns to heal these guys up. But this Legatus has the ability to found a settlement now, which is kind of exciting and interesting. If we did settle here, this would not be a terrible town actually, because we would get our hands on gypsum, jade, salt, and fish. So I think I will send a settler up that way as part of our plans. We're continuing to kind of scout in this southern area. We're being attacked here, but I'm okay with being attacked here if my units are fortified and healing. Ravenna has grown. And again, I'm going to take the 2 food, 1 production, 1 gold tile. That seems like a really good tile for me to grab. Now I could pop into Ravenna and pay for a fishing key. And I think that's not a terrible idea. And I think it would be interesting to build it right here, as this will open up this coastal tile for us. So let me pop a fishing key right there. And that's going to give us +1 food from these fishing tiles, meaning more fishing tiles are worth more, yada, yada, yada. Ravenna is a nice little fishing town. We can eventually turn it into a dedicated fishing town, I believe. I just like the early game growth. Seems like it pays off pretty well. All right, my relationship with a bunch of civs have changed, but it's nothing pressing, right? Nothing that is critical for me to pay attention to. In terms of the best tile to annex here, it feels like it's the 2 food, 1 production, 1 happiness tile, so I'll grab that one in Capua. I like the way my cities and empire is expanding as it currently stands. I will need to figure out a way to deal with these galleys, but for now, I think I'm resting up my units. They will be packed up and brought down to Nag to Punan for a little bit more combat. I would like to level up my Legatus again, maybe settle a city along the way, because he has reached level 3, which means he can settle a city now. That's his unique ability as Rome. The healing is undergoing. Why don't you get inside the commander for now, and then you can also get inside the commander while we wait. And I'm going to move up here with my scout and then do a search. You don't really see a huge amount up here. I do see some hides. Let's move 1 tile and then do a search. Yeah, nothing too crazy over here. Oh, lovely. Ravenna is ready to grow again, and I think again, right, we keep taking these nice fishing tiles. That food means, more food means you grow faster. Faster you grow, the more food you have, etc. The faster you grow, the faster you grow. There is a diplomatic action being proposed, which is to make an alliance with Pachacuti. Now here's the thing, I was thinking that Pachacuti would be like the most viable target for me to actually attack. From a sort of militaristic point of view, he's quite vulnerable. But then again, maybe Trongtrack is the right person to attack because she has actually 3 cities for me to conquer. So maybe I will take an alliance with Pachacuti because it sets me up into a more diplomatically amenable position. And then with Tyre, I'm going to go ahead and befriend this independent. And what this will do is it will actually give them +2 friendship points per turn, which slowly turns them into a city-state. And having a city-state on my side in this era. It seems like it could be really valuable. I don't really know what the consequences are, but it just seems like it could be really useful. Let's go ahead and move this scout up here to scout the tundra. I'll do another search. I was kind of expecting to find another independent city-state up here, but there's a lot of jade and hide and all sorts of stuff up here. I do think this is a reasonable place to put a town. I don't think it makes a very good city, but it's an okay town. So I'm going to go ahead and settle in place. And in Mediolanum, we could go for the granary direction. I'll grab a fishing boat. Like, it's a coastal city, so fishing boats feel like the natural direction to go. Like, if I place the fishing key here, I should be able to expand over to this pretty quickly. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about my position on the map right now. I feel like I've secured this area, and I've started to secure over here, which means I could lock down here and here, which puts me into a pretty good position. I've definitely gone for a very coastal empire. We've reached our settlement limit. If we acquire additional settlements, we'll take a -5 happiness penalty all your settlements for each one over the limit. Look for the settlement limit increases in the civic, tech, and attribute trees to further grow your civilization. So yeah, I'm not going to be looking to settle many more cities, and I think I am going to take the 20% science here. That should shave turns off. I think +2 gold in every settlement is really powerful here. Now that I'm at 4 settlements, that's 8 gold per turn, which means I'll be able to develop my settlements much faster, which is pretty helpful. All right, little scout happening on over here. Let's do a search. And yeah, we've pretty much revealed that this is just like a little peninsula. I do like the shape of the continent. It feels quite square, but also a little bit irregular. Like it's got a little chunk taken out of it down over here. So not the worst shape of a continent I've ever seen. This definitely feels like a really good lumber mill city, although when a town is fairly new, I think growth is really powerful. I do see some happiness here, so I'm going to take the food and happiness in Capua. I've got a little cliff to play around with. Let's head over to here, keep exploring, finding lots of good stuff. I do see something across the ocean, although I don't seem to be able to cross it just yet. So Trung Trak is leader of Cirta, so she has their ability. All right, I've loaded up all of my warriors into my legatus, and so I think it makes sense to send them down now to Nag to Punan, so we'll start moving them that direction. I've got all my legions sort of set up inside him. 8 turns until the Hanging Gardens are complete. Civ 5 players rejoice. Mediolanum, let's grab the fishing key. If I place this here, this is +1 food, and all of our fishing tiles will also give us +1 food. So let's go for that. And then the city will want to grow. So if I start fishing my way out to that fish, I think that's the way to do it. Yeah, the city is growing reasonably. It's ready to grow in 1 turn. Yep, here it is. So if I place down the fishing boat here, now we're going to be able to get the fish next time, and then the jade and the salt and all these beautiful resources. A diplomatic action has been sent at me. +6 science per turn from Trung Trak. I will take this because I'm not in a position to declare war on her yet, so I don't necessarily know if we need to. Right, let's do a little search. Found nothing. I almost have enough money to maybe buy some more warehouse buildings in some of these cities, but I do like focusing on the fishing side of things. So there is the Civis Romanus, which gives us access to the Basilica, which is very much so a gold and influence building. And the Cursus or Honorum, which gives us culture equal to 25% of the production cost of a military unit. The town of Ravenna has grown enough to gain a focus. Focus towns will generate extra yields and other benefits, but towns can only focus once and are locked into that decision for the rest of the age. So we would be able to change its focus on the next age, but not this age. While the town has its chosen focus active, it will stop growing and instead send out all of its food to cities it is connected to. A city and a town are connected if there's a road directly between them or if they're both coastal and on the same continent. Once unlocked, you could use merchants to build roads between settlements and ensure that they are connected. A town can continue growing even if you're chosen to focus by switching between your chosen focus and the growing town option. Okay, I don't think I need to change anything here. I think we're happy. Narrative choice, cultural attribute. Sick. So we got a cultural attribute there. Let's go ahead and upgrade ourselves from a cultural point of view. We'll get +1 culture per age on the palace and city halls. That is just like a small buff to our culture, which is very nice. And Ravenna can grow again. And again, I'm hyper fixated on the growth, making a nice big fat Ravenna city. So Legatus Pro Praetor would give us +1 settlement limit. And so I think now is a good time to start focusing on our Roman culture to upgrade there. So we can make a fort town, +5 healing to all units and 25 health to walls in this town, +1 culture and science to quarters in this town, a fishing town, +1 food on farms, pastures, plantations, and fishing boats, a mining town, or a trade outpost. I do like the idea of it becoming a fishing town, but for now I'm going to leave it growing because I don't necessarily want to pick a specialization just yet. I will eventually, but for now I just want it to grow. There's still fishing tiles that I can occupy, like there's these 3 and these 2. So once it has those, I'll start sending food to the capital by turning it into a fishing town. I want it to reach its potential, you know? Let's keep on exploring, making our way down here to clear these. These are very valuable to clear. Mediolanum is ready to grow. I'm going to go for the coastal fish first because it's a 4 food, 1 gold tile, and it also gives me access to the fish resource, which should be a resource that I could, in theory, slot into my capital to help it grow. And I think I will slot it into the capital because I would prefer that my capital were growing. You know, the more growth I have in Roma, the better. It's my main production center, going for a sort of central city build. I do have the resources to place down another thing. Nothing of value there, really. But what about Ravenna? Maybe I could build something here. Nothing of particular note. Slingers could be useful. What about Capua? I could build a brickyard. That's 3 production right there. That's 3 gold per turn. It'd pay itself off in like 40 turns. It's pretty early into the era too. Alternatively, I could buy the granary and get the city +2 food and the ability to grow even harder, which I quite like the idea of doing. So I'm going to go for the granary. I think the faster these cities grow, the sooner they reach their potential. I'm very growth oriented. I have a growth mindset. That's what I like to say, you know? All right, let's keep scouting. Okay, so potential here for farming is actually quite a bit higher. So I'll grab these farms plus the happiness. Just grow, 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 grow. I'm trying to load the potential of my empire towards the late game, or at least the late stage of this era. All right, we found an enemy. Let's deploy in his face and then immediately attack with our warriors. Boom. So we cleaned him up. Oh, amazingly, they actually have a army commander. I didn't know that they could do that. But yeah, we're going to move in on here and see if we can take it out. Move my scout over here to see if you can do a little scouting for me. All right, we did find an enemy. It looks like a scout, but it has the warrior symbol, which is kind of interesting. Oh, there was like multiple units on top of each other there. There was like a little bit of a vortex happening. Napoleon has built the Sharakan. Truntrak has become the suzerain of Cirta. I'd like to figure out how to become suzerain of Cirta. Like if I could steal that from her. Tyre will convert to a city-state tune. They have bestowed a gift upon us. Very cool. We got a narrative choice. Emissaries from Tyre have arrived and pronounced that Roman Empire deserves all glory and respect. To honor the friendship between the two peoples, they present a generous gift. Get 50 gold. 50 gold feels like a really nice gift. I would love to make friends with Moreau as well, if I could get that city-state too. That looks like Pachacuti became suzerain of this city-state, which I don't necessarily care or respect, so I'm going to be moving in on it anyway to try and attack it. Oh, this counts as a surprise war. Against who? Oh, weird. Okay, I guess I can't continue to attack there, which is fine. I guess the time of clearing independence is past, and so we should start thinking about war with Truntrak, which is going to pivot around Tyre and potentially a settlement in the area. There's bronze working. Now we have access to the barracks. +2 production and production for each adjacent resource. So I wonder how much they cost. Well, the barracks is a 300 gold building. I could build a brickyard here in this city, and I think I will. That's another 3 production, which is 3 gold per turn, which starts to add up over time. So up to 36 gold per turn, with 10 of that gold coming from this city. This could become a mining town, but I wanted to focus on growth for now. Mediolanum is ready to grow. I'm going to get a hold of salt, but first I'm going to grab the jade. Actually, because that gives a 15% gold bonus empire-wide as far as I can tell. No, it's actually for a specific city. But it is only for cities that resource can be put in. So I'll put that into my capital. 15% gold isn't much in here just right now because it doesn't make a lot of money, but that's fine. Napoleon wants to do a deal with me. I'm going to go for accept because I want that +2 diplomatic per turn. That's a 20% increase in my diplomacy capabilities. And we can choose a new technology. So we did just finish bronze working. We could go for bronze working 2, which would give us +3 combat strength for infantry units as well as +2 production on military buildings. I think I am going to go for bronze working mastery because I think that feels pretty good to me. That would like set me up for a very nice war. Let me scoop up all these units, assemble this army together, and I'm going to send them over to maybe get a pretty aggressive settlement on Truntrak here, and then upgrade to legions and look to attack. So I don't know how to tell how long is left in the era. We have made some pretty good progress on the military path. Assign 20 resources to your settlements. Oof. Culture path, we need to build at least 2 wonders. I would like to build 2 wonders. +3 combat strength. I'm going to reject this because I want my relationship with her to start to dip now. And speaking of which, I will probably denounce her once I have been able to invest into Moreau, probably. Depends. All right, the Hanging Gardens finishes next turn. That's quite exciting. All right, here comes the Hanging Gardens. All right, they're under construction. Oh man, look at that. Very nice. I will say the Wonder Construction movies from Civilization 6 were like peak. They set a standard that was probably unattainable for future games because they like went brick by brick like a Lego construction. Unfortunate placement of the cliff here, but is a lovely wonder, and it will make future farms in this city a little bit better. But also we got an expansionist point, which gives us a production boost towards settlers, which could be useful in a variety of ages. I do like the +1 food per age in warehouse buildings. That's up to 3 food in the late game. Ooh, I do like that 25% food is refunded when gaining a population. Okay, let's have a look here. Ravenna is going to continue to be a fishing town, and so we'll keep grabbing these fish tiles, 10 turns until it grows again. I'd like to build a barracks. What is this? This is a woodcutter. This would be the ideal place to put it because I'm pretty sure the barracks gets adjacency from resources, which means barracks and science buildings want to go here. So I tell you what I will do. I'm going to build a brickyard right here on this chicken. I'll regrow the city to this chicken here. It's a 4 food chicken. I could do the elephants, but I'll do the this chicken, and then I'm also going to build a saw pit on this tile as well, so that we can start getting our, basic buildings up. I know a specialization is available here, but I don't actually want to do it. I think the game just reminds you every few turns, like, hey, don't forget about that. Which I appreciate. I appreciate the game giving me reminders because I am a forgetful guy. Okay, let's grow Rome again. Let's grab that chicken. Plus 4 food. Feels good. This city is ready to grow. There's a 4 food chicken over here. Let's grab that. Town specialization available. I know. No plans to specialize that city just yet. Get moving. I do have enough money to come into Capua and build a saw pit if I wanted to. Or I could come up to Mediolanum and build a building. Although I don't necessarily know if that feels like the right thing to do. It might be better for me to save my money. Very strong growth is happening in my empire. I think we're just going to chill here with my army commander. I'm going to put a scout on this river in the lookout pose so that we can see deeper into their territory. I might even put them right there. But yeah, I'm feeling good about our current situation. We're about to get our brickyard up in Roma. We'll get all of our baseline, warehouse buildings up, and we shall continue to explore. Mediolanum is ready to grow, and I would really like that salt, but I also want the fishing tiles, because again, I want to keep my cities growing. I could build the altar. There's a decent amount of happiness in that altar, and I think I will. The altar will also give me, I forget what my pantheon is, +1 culture on quarters and settlements with an altar. I think that's pretty good. We got a narrative choice, the rites of spring. As the plow cuts into the earth, it turns over soft and black, foretelling a rich growing season. During the festival rites, the people will bless the soil for the year ahead. So we can get culture on specialists, production towards buildings, or a migrant, but the nearest unit near Roma is killed. I don't know what a migrant is. This is kind of interesting to me. I do like the idea of culture on specialists. That one feels really powerful. I don't like this. This feels aggressive. But we can conquer it. It's good news. Like settler just in the middle of my lands. All right, let's do lookout. So you get +1 sight radius, and this is like scout fortification, right? They keep looking. So now I should be able to place a barracks on this tile for +4. It's getting the production from the adjacent stuff. Yep, I'm going to place that there. And then on top of that, I'm also going to place, okay, this actually takes 2 gold and 2 happiness. That's interesting. I'm going to place a library on that tile as well, so we can get our library up. And then I also want to build my basilica and temple of Jupiter on the same tile, so we can get the Pax Romanicus Legatus quarter. I'll put an altar in my capital too. But we got a lot of stuff coming under construction. But over the next 10 turns or so, our capital is going to transform massively into a very powerful place, in particular when it comes to production. So that is extremely exciting. I had to take a little break, so I don't remember what we were doing. I'm pretty new to the game. We got a narrative choice. Something fishing. The once abundant fishing sites now see more erratic results, and fishermen compete for the best spots in a never-changing ecosystem. Most believe the ocean is fair game, but there is talk of regulation to protect the fish populations long-term for the use of all. So we can regulate the fishing areas. I can get +50 gold. Kind of, one thing when I'm on these screens is like, +50 gold. Sometimes I want to be like, oh, wait, so like how much gold do I have? But it's kind of hard to see it up here. This is like UI feedback, right? In fact, let me go ahead and send that to developers. Yeah, so basically my complaint is like, it's kind of hard for me to see this number up here in the top left. And it's like, this is +50 gold. I can kind of just barely see that I have 221. But I have to kind of come out of this and think like, okay, well, how much does a building cost? All right, well, I could buy this building for 300 gold, right? Or maybe I could buy a building over in Capua for 208 gold, and it's just all those like little things that are going to add up over time to make your life just a little bit more annoying. And same for the celebration. Like, oh, I wonder how much happiness do I need for my next celebration? I hover over happiness. It just says happiness. I click on happiness. It takes me to the global yield screen, which is not where I wanted to go. So instead I go to my social policies and I'm like, okay, next celebration. Well, how much do I need to make? How much am I making? Okay, well, like it just feels like there's not enough data here. That's my vibe. But I do think the happiness is quite valuable. So I'll take that happiness. So basically, my friend Paul, hi Paul, he had a birthday and that's where I was for 2 days. Okay. And this is reserved for Paul. Paul normally has like 3 weekends for a birthday. So the fact that it was only 2 days means he's a lot more demure this year, which I appreciate greatly. Thank you, Paul, for being so graceful in having only a 2-day birthday. I think it was actually 3, but I wasn't there for the very first day. Let's go ahead and put a fishing boat down over here in Mediolanum. You can probably hear the drinking in my voice, actually. And we've got a town specialization available. I'm kind of wondering, right? I was doing the calculations in my head, like, because the whole time I was at the not the Christmas party, the birthday party, I was like thinking, like, is it worth it to turn Ravenna into a fishing town? Because like, right now the town's growth is increased by 50%. So it doesn't really show you the math anywhere, as far as I can tell. Okay. The tooltip breakdowns on resources are not like the most useful, but basically it's getting 22 food, it's getting growth increased by 50%. But what if like I spend all this time growing the city Okay. And it would have been better just to make it a fishing town. But here's the thing. I don't even know if it's connected to Roma. So maybe it's better just to leave it as a town for now until we can get like a road out here. I know Mediolanum and Capua are connected, but Mediolanum will become like a fully fledged fishing town much faster. And I have to calculate, is it worth it for me to build the altar, you know? Like if I put an altar here, that's +2 happiness. Is that worth it? Maybe. All right, let's have you do a lookout here so you've good vision. Actually, I see a much better tile for a lookout right there. This is a much better lookout tile. So I'll move you there. You'll do a lookout. You provide me with vision. And I'm going to do a lookout over here as well so we can see deep into the trunk track. I can't tell which culture she is. She's the Kamai. We can see a little bit deeper into the Kamai Empire. We'll chill our army here until we have the settlement space to make a city, and then we'll go on the offense. Maybe. I want to steal this iron for sure. Okay, Tyre has become a city-state. Through thoughtful diplomacy with this village, you've become the suzerain of a new city-state. Suzerainty gives you visibility of its units, powerful ways to levy its resources, and a bonus determined by its specialty. Choose your bonus now. Okay, so because we were the sponsor of this city-state of Tyre, we actually get to choose its bonus. So like, the Emporium allows the construction of the Emporium unique unit, or unique improvement. The Emporium provides +2 gold, and +2 gold in cities if they have at least one resource assigned to them. Cannot be placed adjacent to another Emporium, so great for making gold. Receive the Lapis Lazuli resource in the capital. Lapis Lazuli provides 4 production and 5% gold. Freeholders gives you 5% gold for every city-state you're suzerain of, or a +5 trade route range for every city-state you're suzerain of. I like the idea of these top 2. These are kind of interesting and unique bonuses. I do want the gemstones, I think. +4 production feels really strong, and a 5% gold boost to the capital can also add up over time. So that's Tyre. Resource assignments are possible. All right, lovely. Yeah, I think we're just chilling over here. We would like to get some of these resources online. We need a little bit of time. I think we need to get our culture up. I think that's going to be key. Oh, I thought I had queued up all these buildings. It must have been when I had to reload because yeah, okay, so I guess I'll just have to redo some of this stuff. We're about to finish the saw pit, and then I'll build the barracks. Perfect. And I want the Basilica and the Temple of Jupiter because I want to build the Roman Forum. I'll put the altar in the capital, I guess, and the library with the barracks over here. Perfect. So we'll make our way through this queue. I could use some gold to speed things up, but we'll slowly make our way through this queue. I'll use my gold to develop my peripheral cities, I think. And we'll just keep chilling. We're like developing our empire, you know? It's like coming along. Okay, my capital is ready to grow. We have a 5-food farm up here to the north, which is really good. We also have this elephant. We could get the wine. There's also jade, which I think might be an empire-wide resource. No, jade is not, but it is a city resource, not a town resource, so that's fine. Okay, we're developing nicely. My capital actually doesn't make that much money, so jade isn't super useful for it. Let's do the lookout here. Yeah, this is great vision. I don't know what you're doing with the settler trunk track. You're crazy. I think you're basically settling a city for me to conquer, inadvertently. Can I purchase army commanders? I'm going to run home to get this army upgraded because I think I'm going to have to fight the Kamai a little bit sooner than I had maybe planned. Looks like they're trying to expand out this way. So there's Legatus Pro Praetoriae. We gain a free infantry units and settlements that we found, +1 settlement limit, and Latinitas, which is 10% food, gold, and culture in towns with a specialization. I don't think we need survey anymore. I think that's just not necessary. Charismatic leader could be useful. It's +2 culture per turn. Auxilia would be great for military production. I'm going to take charismatic leader for now. That seems like a good benefit. And then we can choose a new culture. We could go for Senatist, Populus, Romanus. This would give us another settlement limit, plus a social policy slot, which seems really good, and the ability to build the Colosseum. The Colosseum seems sick, so let's make our way towards that. Although, actually, what I want to do first is I want to unlock the monument. I don't remember how to unlock the monument. It might be a tech thing. Anyway, Senatus Publius, that's fine. Okay, so if I eject my units here, can they be upgraded? Yes, they can. 120 gold to upgrade. So they go from 20 combat strength to 25 combat strength. I don't remember what's unique about the Legion, if anything. Can I, like, right-click on the Legion? I wish I could right-click on it to learn about it. Like, we do have the Civilopedia. Tier 2 Roman unique infantry unit, +2 combat strength for every tradition in the government. Got it. So I want to put in the, okay, not that screen. I want to put in the ones with the little special culture button. That will give them +2 combat strength. Got it. Let's get our legions up and running. They're gorgeous. Take us a couple of turns to get the money to get another legion. There's bronze working, +3 combat strength, and +2 production of military buildings. Amazing. In terms of technology, I definitely want the monument, so I'm going to research masonry, because the monument has a base yield of +2 culture, +1 influence. And we also get +1 production of mines and quarries. Let's go for masonry. That seems good. I'll start reabsorbing my legions in. I wish I could modify the hotkeys. That's something I definitely hope for. I haven't quite figured out how to do it. It's something I'll figure out in time, I'm sure. I just haven't figured out how to do it just yet. I miss being able to press Z. Basically, I had, like, the next action button mapped to the Z key, so I could just press Z and space to like cycle through the pop-ups that would appear here. And that's like something I really miss already. Okay, Capua is ready to expand. It would be nice to get this flat grassland Cowlin. So I'm gonna expand to it so we can grab that. Yeah, we definitely need to build a saw pit in here. I think we got the barracks in the capital. We have a really productive capital actually now. I'm gonna send my military commander out. I think it would be nice to settle on Freshwater, but I think it's also fine if I settle here and make it a fort town. They might get there before me, but we'll see. But yeah, I want to be pretty aggressive here with this city, and basically I create like a muscle of a sort of line of cities. So I'm going to forward settle them basically. Boom. So here's Patavium, our aggressive forward settle. The city can grow. Oh, so can Ravenna actually. Well, let's keep growing Ravenna. Get another fishing tile. Beautiful. Continue to grow. 13 turns until you grow. Now I'm pretty sure if I convert you to a fishing town, you stop growing. Oh, 21 turns. You do keep growing. You're just a little slower. Well, in that case, 13 turns. Growth of 25. Food needed. 3. Okay, interesting. I don't love the UI of this. Don't love it. But in that case, I just make you a fishing town and you send... maybe you're not connected to anything. Okay, that was why. Whereas if I go to Mediolanum and I turn you into a fishing town, you're growing in 19 turns versus 11. Well, in that case, you're a fishing town now. Send that food to the capital because I'm pretty sure you're connected. If I check the capital now, yeah, yield from a connected town plus 22. Oh, wow, that's amazing. So the town grows and it grows my capital. Well, boom. Amazing. I do want that salt, but I also want to make this an amazing fishing town, so we're just going to keep doing that. We're going to grab the iron because that's +1 combat strength on infantry units that we own, and we're heavily relying on legions. Let's get you upgraded and then you can go rejoin the army. Okay, Patavium has low happiness, which is to be expected because it wasn't settled on Freshwater. Yeah. We'll have to do something about that, but that's fine for now. Oh, that's right. I got a free military unit here. I'm wondering, can I send you to reinforce? Yeah, go reinforce that army. The legion that's in the city, I'm going to tell him to fortify there to protect it. So he'll protect Patavium. That's ideal. Okay, so we got age progress. Age progress increases a small amount every turn, but will increase by a larger amount when a milestone is reached. A future tech or a future civic is researched, or a leader is defeated. Once the meter is completely filled, the Antiquity age will give way to the Exploration age, and all leaders will enter an age transition where they will decide what civilization will carry their legacy forward. Complete milestones and legacy paths to unlock more powerful options. Okay, so in terms of rankings, housing 7 world wonders in your empire. I'm 1 out of 7 on that. I'm 5 out of 12 on Pax Imperatoria. I'm pretty close to getting the first militaristic point. Yeah, I would like to get at least 1 point in each. I think that would be ideal. So impose new taxes on wine. I can get plus 50 gold or +1 production on the palace. +1 production on the palace. I think the 50 gold injection is really strong, but I'll go for the +1 production on the palace. If that's permanent, like that's amazing. I'm going to take the 20% science again, because we're still in like a construction phase. But now we can take Latinitas, and that becomes a very powerful policy for me, because Mediolanum has a specialization now, so it's just getting a small yield boost across the board, which is quite nice. We got a river flood over here, the Choxy River, Chixoy River, I don't know how to say that. Okay, so age progress is, the Antiquity age will age at 200 age progress. We're at 68, which is about the number of turns. Okay, got it. All right, nice. Reinforcements have arrived. The city is unhappy, I'm aware. We got a narrative choice. Rome grows. As Rome grows, so too does the notion of Roman identity. An influx of new visitors rapidly changes the fabric of the city, and the people can't always agree what it means to be Roman. Strength of diversity for 150 culture, or distill a national identity. Distilling a national identity will make it a lot easier for me to go to war, because it'll allow me to plug in more of those abilities. Ooh, support Pachacuti and declare war on Trung Track. I mean, it's a little bit sooner than I was maybe thinking of doing this, but that's ideal. Let's get going. I will fight that war. I'm hoping that because it was a join an ally war, that I will get pretty good war support, right? Okay, I can support myself. I'm gonna pump 2 points of war support in here to give us a little bit of a war support advantage. And I'll start making my way towards Mahendra Parvata. That should be a pretty easy conquer, and that way I split the Kamai's empire in half. All right, we got a city that needs to grow. It's Rome. I can't put specialists here. That's fine. I can get these elephants. Let's grab those. Now, I don't know if elephants are global. Okay, elephants are global. It's 10% winter production in tropical plains and desert terrain. All right, nice. We got a diplomatic action. Napoleon wants to do a local festival with me. I'll take that. That's an extra 3 happiness per turn. It's like not bad. Our war efforts falter as Trung Track support for this conflict grows. Okay, I think her war support has gone up, basically. Let's spend influence to increase our support. Got it. So I need to pump influence into here to try to keep my war support buoyed up. Well, I hope I can just take the city pretty quick. Let's move to here. Your legatus has just set foot in enemy territory. To take Mahendra Parvata, you will need to destroy its defenses and occupy all fortified districts in the settlement center. Got it. I'm hoping to eject. Okay, I can't eject this turn. I'm hoping I can eject next turn. My commander took a hit, but that's fine. We've unlocked masonry. So we have ancient walls, monuments, the pyramids, and +1 production of mines and quarries. Okay, sick. Let's deploy our army to the right here, and then we can loop around, get the city surrounded, We have 34 combat strength against their 25. That's their city district, so let's begin the assault. And we have 32 against 25 here, so let's continue the assault as we're trying to break down this city. It does, I think it has an archer in it, but that's okay. This city is ready to grow. I think the play is a mixture of food and production. And I also think it would be good if I stole some of their forward tiles, so I'm going to go for that, the 2 food lumber mill. That gives me these tiles inside my empire. I'm basically forward settling them very aggressively. I could master masonry for combat strength in fortified districts. I could research the wheel, which would give me access to the ballista, as well as the villa, which is a happiness building. I could master writing, which gets me science and science buildings, a codex, or I could go for the wheel to get access to the ballista. Yeah, I think I want to go for the wheel to get ballista. Takes a while to research, but I think that's fine. For now, we're still in the sort of building up phase of our empire. And the main goal of my money right now is to build monuments in my cities because I need that culture. So if we pop in here and we build that monument, it's +2 culture. Boom. We've got the monument down. It's a nice building. I don't think I can afford a monument in Capua, but I will be able to afford it in the not too distant future. That +2 culture per turn will help us make our way through the culture tree, which I think is a strength of Rome. It's one of Rome's strengths, I feel. All right, we got a unit to command. Our scout over here has been hit. Well, you can't go anywhere. So fortify until healed, I'm afraid. Let's slam the city once again. The district defenses have been destroyed. And now I believe the legions should be able to attack the archer directly. Archers have pretty low melee strength. So let's keep smashing there. And there we go. We captured a city. Now we are over our limit. So we are going to take some penalties here. But we also managed a Pax Imperatoria milestone. So we got a militaristic legacy point, a militaristic attribute point, and an expansionist attribute point. So let's view our progress on the military side of things. If I capture one more city and then capture another city and settle a city, I will get a golden age. Militaristic golden age would be very exciting. Okay. Our empire grows, and with it our responsibility to keep the Roman citizens safe and prosperous. The world is full of dangers. The more of it we control, the fewer threats our people face. Next objective, earn 9 legacy points. The second milestone to establish a Pax Imperatoria military legacy of the Antiquity age. Perfect. We got We're going to capture some settlements. You've achieved a milestone on the legacy path. The first time a milestone is complete by any civilization, the age progress meter increases. So the age progress, I think, has increased now, or it will, rather. Every milestone grants a legacy point to any civilization that completes it. There are 4 types of legacy points, one for each legacy path, which can be used during the age transition to choose which legacies you want to carry forward to the next age. Got it. So we've conquered Mahendra Parvata. Now that Mahendra Parvata is under Roman control, you must choose what to do with the settlement. Keeping the settlement will bring Mahendra Parvata into your civilization as a town. Its citizens will be furious, but placing a commander in the tower could bring order. Alternatively, you may raise it, removing it from the map. Raising a settlement takes multiple turns and cannot be cancelled. It'll also incur diplomatic penalties. Consider your options carefully. Well, I think we just keep it, right? I don't see a reason not to. For the next 10 turns, it will be in a state of unrest, so it has a -15 happiness penalty. It causes yield penalties, and you may want to station a commander here to reduce the effects of unrest. So I don't really see a good way to see... Okay, unrest status. -12. Got it. From a commander being stationed, I hope. If I station my commander, if I grab him in the city, I move him forward. Okay, let's say. It's -6 happiness per turn. Okay, that's a little bit easier to deal with. We do have resource assignments. We got another copy of Jade and Silk. I think I would rather have the Silk in my capital because I actually don't make that much gold in my capital. But yeah, let's go ahead and heal up with some of these units. Batavium is guarded. Roma will be able to crank out units soon, and I want you to retreat. We got a narrative choice here. The Serpents of Libya. The poet's expressive historical work on Roman history now includes a sequence in which an army is graphically murdered by a diverse population of lethal snakes. The public is divided as to whether or not this catalogue of serpents is biologically accurate. So we can preserve the fantasy and gain culture, or we can commission a snake bestiary. I think commissioning a snake bestiary would help us quite a bit in getting the siege unit that we need to complete this quest here. I definitely want to build a monument in my capital. It's a question of where do I want to build it and why. So it likes being adjacent to wonders and mountainous terrain. Unfortunately, I don't have a huge amount of mountainous terrain that I have access to. Well, I guess in theory, if I could put a building here, it would work. But I don't have the urban tiles near that. And I can't build on this navigable river. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to put one here. I would have to build buildings all the way around there, which would be quite difficult. So I think I just place this adjacent to the wonder and get the 3 culture. Maybe put it on the farm so I can expand to a new tile, which will allow me to replace where he was. And it would be nice to maybe expand towards this marble or even the wine. Let's grab the wine. And that's a global resource. 2 happiness in the capital and 10% culture. Very nice. We're over our settlement cap, which is a bit of a problem. We are 2 turns away from increasing our settlement cap, though. I'm going to tell all my units to just heal up now that we've taken the city. Mission accomplished, right? We got a city. Yeah, let's get you back to Ravenna to heal. Senatus Populusque Romanus. So there's our social policy slot, our settlement limit, the production on urban districts in our capital, and the Colosseum. I'm going to take the production on urban districts in our capital. That's going to be really nice to build it up. And then I would like to build the Colosseum. And I think the Colosseum would go really well either here or here. I'll put it here for now. I think it's better not to put wonders adjacent to each other. It's better to sprinkle them around, because that way you can place buildings to get adjacency off of them. So I'm going to put it right here. It's a more diverse adjacency location. In Capua, I'd like an archer to defend the city. And I'd also like ancient walls, because it is kind of fairly vulnerable. Then again, I would also like to build a saw pit. Yeah, for the sake of safety, I'm going to buy myself an archer. Keep that city safe. Now, SPQR, Roman citizens gather in high spirits to celebrate the festival of Fours Fortuna. Wine flows liberally and relevers drape themselves in flower garlands. One rowdy group declares that these are the celebrations expected of an empire ruled by its people. The nearby senator retorts that Rome is guided by the Senate and a little more gratitude should be in order. So I can get a cultural attribute point or a militaristic attribute point. I think this is another one of those times where, like, the choices that are available to me, it would be nice if there was a button here to like bring up an extra pop-up to see what my next choices for cultural attribute point is, and a button here to bring up what my next choices for militaristic attribute point is. So then I could be like, oh, I can make a short-term comparison. But right now what I have to do is I have to like go out, I have to click on this, I have to go to attributes, I have to remember, wait, was it militaristic? It was militaristic, so I can gain, oh god, okay, so I can gain this, this, or this, and that could lead to this, this, and this, and I don't remember, wait, what kind of point was it? Hold on, let me just pull this back up. Sorry, it was a cultural and militaristic. All right, let me open this back up. Right. Cultural and militaristic. Okay. But just like from a UI perspective, I just think that needs a little bit of like workflow work. I do like the production towards wonders. So like, I'm going to take that one. I want the production towards building wonders. So let's go to the narrative choice. Many voices are better than a few. So I'll take that nice cultural aspect. I'll go to my attributes, and it's like, again, the UI just like needs a little bit of like, you know, I think it's just a workflow thing. It's very hard to design a perfect UI like first go around, because you don't even know what's going to be in feature-wise. I'm going to pick up this cowlin, 3 food, 2 production on the tile, plus we get the resource. I'm going to take the fish out of the Roma capital, and I'm going to put cowlin in. There's plus 2 food in the capital, which is nice. And then because the cowlin can't be put in anything but our capital, or at least in a city like that, and then I'm going to put fish in Ravenna. Now, I'm wondering, actually, if I switch Ravenna to a fishing town, does the capital end up with even more food? If I check here, is it actually connected? Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, my God. Now the capital's growing like crazy. We got, what, 99 food per turn? Jesus. Okay, we can choose some civics. So, question... do we want to master our Roman? The bulwark promotion for free for our legatus. So if I come down to my legatus, my legati, and I look at his promotions. So this is bulwark here. Land units within the command radius complete fortifications 1 turn faster. I mean, it's a free promotion, which seems pretty good. If it increases the amount of experience that is required to level them up, it might not be so good. And then here, you get plus 2 gold in the capital for every town you own. That, honestly, that feels worth it. Because I have right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 towns. So that's 10 gold per turn in my capital. It starts to make it a little bit better. I'm going to add this legion to the army. You can do so much cool micro with the army commander. I'm going to see if I can get these guys surrounding and attacking you while the army commander guards. I may have to buy some more legions. Unit disbanded. Huh. That was interesting. It's not what I was expecting. Oops, that was the wrong button. I'm going to have you build temporary fortifications while my legatus moves out to help these 3 guys. Maybe we can take Stung Tren as well. Okay, I want you to build fortifications in Capua. All right, Napoleon has built Petra. Oh my god, he stole my Petra. I love Petra. Suzerain of Alfunato. Jus Colline. I don't know what that means. I don't know how to tell what their bonus is. Can I like steal city-states? That's something I'm curious about. All right, you guys heal up. Let's move legions down. God, this might be the first Civ game where I leave the unit animations on, because goddamn. Plus 2 gold in the capital for every town you own. Perfect. Choose a civic. So I could also get Exertus Romanus too. I'm just going to get it, because it's like our unique culture thing and it stays forever. You could get this kill for me, but you are more fortification oriented. In Patavium, I was going to say if I could buy walls right now, it would be sick. It's a Numidian warrior. I think that came from Cirta, I believe. In fact, you could say I am certain that it came from Cirta. All right, let's bash this city's head in. 54 defenses. Good. I have the gold to develop Capua, Mediolanum is a little bit safer to develop, I think. Brickyard's not bad. I think I'll put one tile to the left. That's fine. A little brickyard for a little bit more gold per turn. We'll see what shakes out. Enough time has passed since your war with Trunk track has begun. You may want to stop the conflict. So we can actually, I'm going to give myself some extra war support here. Pachacuti gave me a token too, which is amazing. So a classic annoying civilization thing. I was in the middle of attacking and conquering the city, and she ceded it to another player. Which means now if I want to achieve my goal, which was to capture another city in this war, I have to like think about that. So I tell you what we could do. I could propose peace. If you give me a Linga Pura. Oh wow, she will take that deal. So she'll just straight up give me a Linga Pura in a peace deal. Well, well, well. There's our milestone, baby. There's the military legacy point. So that's plus 10 to the age progression that's happened already. In harmony, like land and water. So I've stolen some cities from her. That's sick, dude. So I need to get 12 legacy points. So I need to I'm going to accept that objective. I need to get 3 more. All right, town specialization is available for Linga Pura. I don't really know much about this city as it currently stands. A brickyard could be useful. So let me pop down a brickyard on this farm. And then I can grow the city and kind of get a better idea of what's going on in there. Yeah, I'll take the 2 production. I will kind of want that gold. I need to develop my empire a little quicker because I think we're getting, age progress is 94. So we are getting up there. Like, we're halfway through the age already. Let's assemble our boys into an army. I definitely want garrisons in all these units, in all these cities. It's going to be part of the play. All right, 6. So we got the Exercitus Romanus. Got it. And the wheel. So now we can build a villa, which gives happiness. We can build a ballista and the chariot. And we can also do a military infiltration ability. Let's have a look. All right, this town is ready to grow. I would love to steal this cotton. I also want to get these dates. I also want these sheep. A lot of things that I want. It's hard to get it all. I'll go for the dates first because this captures 3 tiles in this town. It seems like a reasonable move. Okay, we could choose a technology. Probably be a good idea to get currency. +1 specialist limit in all cities seems useful. We've already mastered bronze working. I think it wouldn't be bad for us to go for the mastery of writing because it would gain us +1 science and science buildings as well as a codex. And codexes, not only do they give us science per turn, they also give us milestone progress, and it would be really nice for us to... I need to kind of learn where the things are in the UI. It would be really nice if we could get even just the first scientific legacy point, which only requires 3 codices, so not a terrible move as far as I'm concerned. Now, in terms of culture, we've completed the Roman unique culture tree. So now we can go back to the regular culture tree. Ooh, Code of Laws would give us a free merchant. Organized military would give us settlement limit, which feels kind of what we need right now. So I'm going to go for tactics so I can build a terracotta army to get a free army commander because I get the unique legatus. And then we can go for organized military to get the settlement limit. That feels like the right path for my civilization, as far as I can tell. Okay, so now this guy has 4 promotions. His experience cost did go up when he got the bulwark promotion, which is fine. I think it's annoying that a free promotion increases your experience cost because now what should be a bonus, I have to consider when it might not be a bonus, right? I would like to declare war on Cirta. Purely because I want to see what happens if I declare war on them and conquer them. Can I like make them my city-state? Is that a thing? Do I just open up the land? Okay, Wonders of the Ancient World. We got our first milestone there. We get a cultural legacy point and the option for a cultural or a diplomatic attribute point. Okay, so if we build 2 more, we will get the next age progression. So we're cleaning up this age, I feel like. And now we get the Colosseum. I do still think that the Wonder Construction movies in Civilization 6 were like incredible.
And when Rome falls, with it shall fall.
But I think in Civilization 6, they set the standards so high that it was like, it's practically unachievable. Like, we don't have the technology to do it anymore, you know? Like, that kind of a level of madness that whoever was that did those animations, like, spent sleepless nights, rather. Not nightless sleeps. Okay, narrative choice. Opening night. At last, the Great Colosseum is unveiled. A monument to spectacle is built to stand the test of time. The day of its first event is a wonderful chaos, when visitors traveling from far and wide to queue in the city center with the hopes of being part of cultural history. We can hold a staged battle event, which gives us +2 combat strength on all of our melee units, or we can gain happiness or culture. +2 combat strength on melee units seems crazy good. Let's see. You know what? Maybe it's actually better if I unlock specialist limits first. Oh, I don't see it anywhere. That's fine. I'll grab some of these lumber mills. Like, these have happiness on them. That's great. We could build the villa. A lot of happiness in there. The Gate of All Nations gives us +2 support on all wars. Has to be built adjacent to a district. The Great Stele. I could build a stele there. I wouldn't mind getting another wonder or 2. Okay, so... Okay, I can't declare war on Cirta. Interesting. Because they're technically an integral part of the Kamai Empire. Okay, well this is just... I mean, come on! This is just taunting me. We definitely want to try to build more culture buildings. So I want to kind of check through my empire for... monuments. We have really good culture income, But I also really need... Oh man, there's a 5 culture monument right there. That's great. I also really need more settlement limit. And as far as I can tell, the best way to get settlement limit is from the culture tree. Like there's a settlement limit over here, settlement limit over here, codex. Yeah, there's at least 2 more settlement limits in here, which would help me with my mission. So I think I do need the mines. I need the gold per turn in Capua. The city's a little unhappy, so we may want to build the altar soon. I think generally we're doing okay. Let's do a little look out here. We get a little bit of vision. I may raise Indrapura. Science and science buildings, gain a codex, and we can steal technological advancements. So gaining the codex is nice. We have 2 now. I would like another one. Currency would be great for the bath and the market and the specialist limit. So I'm going to go for currency. All right, I'm going to get you to fortify. Fortifications already exist there. So I guess you sleep. We bring our military commander over to Indrapura to declare war as soon as we can. Goddamn city right inside my empire. So we built the Great Stele as well. And I would like to build another one to get another cultural victory point. I think culture and military just feels very Roman. Beautiful, I love it. The game is gorgeous, by the way. I'm blown away by how gorgeous the game is. So I definitely want the terracotta army. And we have the drills policy too. I don't think I want to change my policies. I don't think that's necessary. You could make the argument that like tool making is now like the scale of power that it has is very low, and it might be better if I had like Auxilia and Cursus Honorum, because it makes my legions a lot stronger. I want that settlement limit from organized military, so I'm going to start researching that. In terms of production on Rome, I also want the terracotta army. 25% army experience is really good. It will take 7 turns. Do I maybe want to build a villa first? No. I think just getting the wonder out makes me feel good. 1, 2, 3. If I put this here, it maximizes the potential adjacency from buildings. I actually think the maximum adjacency from buildings is here, so I'll put it there. It's kind of hard to explain my thought process, but basically it has to do with if there's buildings that can potentially be built on these navigable river tiles, they'll benefit from this as well. And then there's 3 more tiles that it could be built on as well. And if the wonder itself opens up the ability to build buildings adjacent to it because it counts as an urban district, that could be really useful. And Napoleon wants to start a local festival together. I will just accept that. I'm not going to support it. I want to save my diplomatic favor for other things. And we have unlocked espionage accents, so we can steal their tech. But what I really want to do is to declare war. 3 turns until we can declare war, so we're just going to chill for now. All right, a fishing boat has been damaged by a disaster or raid. Some of the yields of Lingapura will be affected until it's fixed. Got it. So I need to repair the fishing boat. Boom. 20 gold. Done. A little bit of a flood in here. Hopefully we got some fertility. Still want my monuments for that culture. I've got 600 gold in the bank, which means I could in theory turn Ravenna into a city, which is probably not the worst thing that I could do in Ravenna. It's in a fairly good location. As long as I raise Indrapura, Ravenna is a great city to convert, but I might want to inject gold into it first because it has low production. Let's have a look. Capua. It would be nice to get the altar. There's a little bit of culture on our altar because our pantheon is culture front quarters and settlements with an altar. Like I believe, you can see the plot yield changes, I believe is coming from the altar. Be nice if that was a little bit more apparent. I think you can see the culture in there from the altar is nice. I will say, I feel like the yields are a lot less visible than they were in Civilization 6. Like, it was way easier to tell whether or not a tile had, like, giga yields when you were zoomed out. But in this one, I feel like I have to zoom in to get an idea. But also the numbers are just kind of big. Okay, what can we build in Lingapura to make the city better? Well, there's a +4 culture monument right there. Let's do that. And then what do we think about the altar? A little bit of happiness. There we go. That'll help out. A saw pit would be good. I'll place it right here on this thing. And then I'll put a granary right there too. And then the city should be able to grow. Okay, what's this? The sun beats down on the newly built ones. The people chant to the heavens, Sol Invictus, but within those 2 words lie only one, Augustus. Ooh, expansionist attribute point. Amazing. +1 food per age on warehouse buildings is pretty good. 10% growth rate in cities is insane, especially if you get the 25% food refunded when the city grows by adding a specialist. So I think we're going to go for that. That just sounds like really powerful. I'm going to go ahead and grab the gypsum on standby so we can choose. The consuls have received word from a faraway backwater. They wish to send some of their civilians for training by the Roman legion. Now they may defend the empire, so we can conscript archers to get a 15% production boost towards range units. We can conscript infantry to get a production boost towards legions, or we could send them, we can get some gold. I'm going to go for the production towards legions. That seems pretty good. And Trung Track hates us, but we can't declare war yet. 2 turns until we can declare war. Got it. All right, so 2 turns, then we can declare the war. That'll be chill. Oh no, don't send that settler over here. Get that settler out of here, Napoleon, you jerk. Oh, Pachacuti sparked a diplomatic incident. The river has flooded over here. All right, command units. All right, we're chilling. In fact, I'm going to move you here. That might be a better position for deployment. This legion over here, I'm going to get you to fortify/heal up. If I'm going to be declaring war on Trunk Track, I will need to defend Lingapura. That'll be something I need to work on. Oh! You were not able to complete the World Wonder Terracotta Army in time. However, 97 production has been salvaged from the attempt and awarded to the city of Roma. Okay, so production salvaged. Terracotta Army. I'm really sad about that. I would like to get a Legatus. I do think the villa is disgustingly good. 3 happiness, 2 influence, +1 for each adjacent mountain, natural wonder, or wonder. In fact, here's a 6 happiness spot right there. That feels really good. Happiness is going to be super useful for maintaining our empire, especially because we're above our limit right now. So let's, oh, you know what else we should, you know what we should actually build though? We should get ourselves a ballista first. Siege units like ballista are ideal for attacking enemy settlements. It ignores any defensive bonuses granted by walls, also deals damage to units that occupy those defenses. Bring at least 1 siege unit along with your army when planning an attack. Got it. Yeah, I think it'd be good for us to declare war here. So this is going to be a formal war, and then the land will fight you, the river will rise against you, the sky will cast down on you. Oh wow, she drew a sword. Whereas like Augustus is like, yo, girl, I got my staff. So war details, let's support ourselves. Can we do 3 times? Oh, we can do 3 times. Boom, boom, boom. +3 tokens. Kick ass. That's going to give us a significant advantage at the start of the war. I'm going to deploy my army here, and we should be able to double attack this city this turn. We got 42 combat strength against 25. That will allow us to basically break the city's defenses immediately. Boom. And so next turn, oh, I didn't mean to put the scout there. A little bit of a mistake. I'm also hoping that we can level up our Legatus. I kind of wish that there was like a little bar here that filled up. I really like it when experience bars have like a visual representation. Yeah, these 2 cities are a little bit unhappy. In Lingapura, I would like to build the ancient walls to defend it. So I'm going to pop walls here, just so they can't get in on top of it easily. We'll keep it nice and safe, and let's keep on moving. Okay, we got ourselves a ballista. Siege units are vulnerable to counterattack. Keep them protected by stronger melee units. They generally move slower than their infantry counterparts. Still packing them with a commander. All right, sound. We're going to go ahead and reinforce this siege unit to this commander. It'll take 3 turns for them to get there. Let's move the commander forward a tile. Let's move this legion forward a tile. And then if we attack this city district, we'll break it. That should be the city defenses destroyed. And then hopefully we can 2-shot the archer here with our units. Ah, perfect. Even just a 1-shot will do. So Indrapura has been captured, and we're raising this settlement because it's like way too close to Ravenna. If I was settling a city, I would move it like 2 tiles to the left here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it feels like an inefficient use of the land to have them jammed in together so tightly, especially when you have a settlement limit. We do have some resources to play around with, but nothing we need to explore at the moment. I would like to upgrade Ravenna if we could, so that'll be something worth looking into over time. And in Lingapura, I might buy an archer next turn. Patavium is ready to grow. I could grab these dates, and I think I will. That's 2 food, 2 happiness, so we'll go ahead and yoink that. And that should be a resource. Yeah, that'll plug into Patavium, which is perfect. We need that happiness. This city's really, really, really unhappy. I'm not entirely sure why. Like, I don't know what the deductions are, so yeah, I kind of wish I knew where the deductions were coming from, but I don't, so not much I can do about that. I can't buy a scout in here just yet, so I'll have to wait or an archer. We could do a farmer's market together. I can't afford to support it, so I'll just take the +2 gold per turn. That's fine. Thank you, Pachacuti. I really appreciate you. I begin to choose a celebration. I can either do science or infantry unit production. I'm going to go for the infantry unit production, and then I'm going to plug in drills for the 30% production towards infantry and range units. Like, my ability to produce range units is really high. Yeah, they're saying Lingapura is defenseless, so I'd like to get an archer in there next turn. That would feel really, really good. And then for now, we're just going to chill and heal with our units while we wait for the city to raise. And then I might try to crank out a settler and get a little city here on this, and then push west and see what we can do. I'd like to conquer Cirta and see if we could make that into our city-state. That'd be kind of neat. I don't know if you can steal city-states. That's something I want to explore as an option. I'm going to put you to sleep, or well, yeah, you're going to go to sleep defensively. And I'm going to move this scout out of the way because I think the scout's in a little bit of a dangerous spot. So let's get you retreated. So I fully expect units to come up through here. Yeah, it looks like my prediction was pretty dang accurate. There's organized military, so we do have +1 settlement limit now, as well as conscription, which is maintenance on units, and we can build a mausoleum of Theodoric, which does have a base 3 production. It gives you 100% yields from pillaging, as well as HP from pillaging. The militaristic attribute point I'm really curious about. That has a lot of value the earlier you get it into the game. And since I'm not actually building military units right now, I might take out drills and plug in conscription to save some money, because I do have a few military units that gets me up to 91 gold per turn. We can choose civics, and I think I want to get get to entertainment because entertainment has +1 settlement limit as well as rites and rituals, which is just happiness in every settlement. So I'm going to go for public life, which will give city guard plus the oracle. Oh wow, well, gaining rewards from a narrative event, gain an extra 10 culture per age. That looks awesome. That's sick. All right, we'll just chill here with some of these units while we wait for the city to be finished raising. I'll park this guy up on this cliff with a lookout, hopefully giving us good vision. Oh, I forgot to buy an archer in Lingapura. I'm going to buy that archer now, quickly. This will give us a nice defensive perimeter. So a fire sale. A company of soldiers sift through the ashes in search of abandoned treasures. I think this is because of the raise. This is a raise related event because we raised the city. So we get a narrative event choice. We can get +1 gold on markets or +1 food on granaries. I'll take the +1 food on granaries because they're ageless buildings. The city center used to be a haven for wealthy merchants. Now it's a home for wild dogs. Awesome. So coming into Roma, I would love to get a legatus. I'm going to quickly grab a settler so that we can settle this little chunk of land down here. Looks like somebody settled Koba. Impressive thing to do. I would like the production here. That's 3 gold per turn. That adds up. Looks like a tile here has been flooded, so let's repair that farm. Okay, let's go ahead and assemble our army and then move out. Move our legions towards the west. Main objective is Cirta, I think. Mostly I just wanted to raise this city because it was annoying. I hated its location. I'm going to set you to be a lookout, basically your fortify action. And I would like to spend my next chunk of gold on upgrading Ravenna to a city. I think it's time. The reinforcements have arrived to our army. We also got currency. This gives us access to the bath, the market, and +1 specialist limit in all cities. So the bath gives +4 food, as well as adjacency from navigable rivers, coastal terrain, and wonders. It also gives a 10% growth rate boost, which is really nice. The market gives +2 gold, +1 gold for coastal terrain, rivers, and wonders. It increases the number of resources that can be assigned to the settlement by +1, and we get a +1 specialist limit. Yeah! You now have the ability to place specialists in cities like rural population, which can be placed on unapproved tiles. Specialists can be placed on existing urban tiles to create dense urban districts. Be careful. While specialists increase science and culture and other yields, they also increase the happiness and food needed by the settlement. Maybe best to wait to place specialists until the rural tiles become less desirable. So like, I do think a specialist on the barracks here is pretty good, but like the rural tiles are also really damn good. But I think on the library in particular just is very, very, very good. I don't like that as I zoom out, the numbers become less readable. Yeah, I generally, I don't love the presentation of the UI on this. But yeah, I'm going to put them on the barracks library combo because that's a good mix of production, science, and culture. It does cost a little bit of food and happiness, but that's something I'm willing to do for now. And we can choose a new technology. So we got currency. Let's see, we could go for mastery to gain a codex. We are light on the codex side of things. If I check our great work slots, yeah, we could use another codex. So a mastery technology wouldn't be the worst thing for us to go for. Navigation isn't bad either to get the lighthouse. A lot of gold there. Engineering is good for culture and production. Military training is great for happiness. Unit flanking would be great to get. We don't even actually have unit flanking just yet. I also love the idea of getting the amphitheater. I have a very strong cultural gain, and it would be kind of interesting if we had even more. The arena is also great for happiness. I think it would be good if we went to academies, maybe, for the base field of science. Yeah, let's grab engineering, I think. That pushes us towards mathematics to get that science up. Now, I don't think I can upgrade Ravenna just yet. No, I need a little bit more gold, so we'll have to wait a turn before we can upgrade Ravenna. And it is a question of, do I want to invest into upgrading, like building these other things first, or do I want to just convert it? And I think it might be worth it to get the saw pit and brickyard up, because they make the city generally better. So I'll tell you what, let's put the brickyard here, and then we'll do saw pit next turn, and then we'll look into what we need to do. You're going to be a lookout for me. Perfect. And my archer, I don't know what the ranged attack button is. Is it A? No, it's not A. It's not R. It's not B. Okay, so I don't know what they've changed the hotkeys to, but we can make an attack here, and this guy's melee strength. And they do have a little bit of war weariness, so we should be able to do some decent damage. My commander is making haste over to Cirta. Cirta are Numidian, so these are the units we need to watch out for, these Numidian warriors. Okay, Settler will pop out of Rome next turn, and Settlers aren't vulnerable like they were in previous Civ games. I wish that this little social policy thing, I miss when they would fill up. You know, I liked that UI element where they would slowly fill up so you could tell roughly how far away from upgrading a thing you were. I guess the circle kind of fills. It's just not as nice as it was in Civ, I guess. From a military point of view, we do need to capture or settle another settlement, so we will hit our golden age here from the military side of things. Yeah, and this is where I had planned to settle because it just basically locks down a big sector of the map here. You could make an argument of settling here to basically forward off but I would rather settle here and just secure this area. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We could choose production in the capital. I definitely want the market, and there's a 7 gold market right there. That's a fabulous place to put it. Settlement is under threat. Lingapura is under attack. We're going to go ahead and attack these archers again. In my opinion, okay, I have a really hot take. I don't even know if it's that much of a hot take, but I think units that are damaged should take less damage from ranged attacks because there is a less dense formation of units to hit. That's my take. All right. I gave that feedback to the developers, so we'll see if they rumble that around in their noggins. It just seems logical to me that as a unit becomes damaged, subsequent attacks are likely to hit things that do not inflict meaningful further damage. You know what I mean? All right, so coming into Ravenna, we can build a granary in the saw pit. Let's do the saw pit first. I'll pop a saw pit on there. So yeah, we're going to be building up Ravenna over the next few turns to prepare it to become a city. Mahendra Parvata is under assault. We've unlocked public life, so we do have access to the Oracle. I would love to build the Oracle. That seems like a really good building. We can choose a civic now. Entertainment is the civic that I want because I want that settlement limit. I'm about to settle another city. Boom. I would love to build the bath, and I can actually build the bath in the navigable river, and that will give me 7 food, 1 science, 1 culture, which is amazing. So we'll pop the bath right there. We have low happiness in Patavium, which is understandable. I don't actually know why happiness is low in Patavium. Doesn't matter. Let's build the granary. Yeah, we'll just pop it here in the capital tile. That's fine. We're just trying to get it developed so it doesn't have to build as much when it actually turns into a city. I'll build my monument and altar next. It'll be a few turns of gold investing. My capital can get another resource. I can either give it gold or production. I think now that my capital is actually making a significant amount of gold. Oh, we got Silk Roads. We got an economic legacy point and the option for an economic attribute point. Cool. So I'm going to take out the gypsum here and put in another copy of jade because my capital is now starting to make a reasonable amount of gold. And so that should, in theory, yeah, we're up to 116 gold per turn, which is really nice. The bath does take a few turns to create. I would love to make a legatus as well as the oracle. Like, it's just, I don't have enough production queues, which is a really interesting balancing question. Do I want to go fight Sirta, or do I want to go defend Mahendra Parvata? My legion here could basically dumpster this archer. I think my fortifications stay around when I do that. I think I'm going to go and do the battle with Sirta. So let's deploy our troops here. We have our catapult, ballista. So I'm going to ballista shoot this guy so that we can generate experience for our commander. And then we'll melee attack with this legion, hopefully killing him and taking his tile. And then I'll melee attack with you up here. Again, generating more experience for this legion, hopefully getting him a level. It would make me very happy if we could get you a level. We're very, very close to getting another level. And 2 more levels will let me finish out the assault tree, which would allow me to get one of these capstone promotions. We've got Valor, Second Wind. You can grant a unit an extra attack and move. Duty, Heroic Assault, deal damage to a unit. Ooh, so this is just like a direct damage spell. +1 movement for land units. So this would actually kind of work really well with this mobility-based commander that I've kind of started to build. Command radius is amazing, and then just straight up combat strength is also sick. All right, I've got an archer here. Go ahead and take a pot shot at him, take him out. I definitely feel like units do a lot of damage in Civ 7. The numbers get crazy very fast. All right, my poor little scout has taken a hit. I'm not sure from what, but I'm going to pull him back to somewhere safe. There's also a settler here that I'm going to blast with my ballista. Again, just trying to get experience on this leader. I'm going to move him 1 tile to the southeast so that when my legion kills this settler, he will get the experience to get a promotion. And I would like to finish out the assault tree because this is definitely an aggressive commander. And I'll just get my legions to heal for 1 turn while we wait for the commander to move up. This is the War of the Desert, or the War of the Desert, depending on how you like to pronounce it. So this archer has nothing to attack. I'm going to put him into alert mode, and you're going to go ahead and heal up. I have enough gold to come over to Ravenna. I don't need to build the ancient walls. I would like to build the altar and the monument. So it'll be a couple of turns of gold production. I'm going to pack my ballista up into the commander because commanders are a lot faster than siege units. We can get a nice battle here for experience. Beautiful. +4 XP. I need a lot of experience on this commander for him to get another level. Yeah, 90 experience. That's like 25 attacks and defenses, depending on the exact amount of experience that you get. All right, coming into Ravenna. Question is it worth it to build the monument and altar? I think we just, well, let's do them. Let's get them. We'll get them and then we'll convert it to a city. I think that's fine. We'll build our little things out. Oh yeah, make sure you're shooting these scouts as they walk past our lands. Don't let them walk for free. Okay, so we'll be able to get the monument next turn. Nice culture boost. Oh, we got a narrative choice. A thief at the baths. A Roman Argentarius emerged from the baths only to find that his clothes have been stolen. There's only one response to the offense. A curse tablet. He pulls out a stylus and a thin slab of lead. So we can say thieves deserve ill health or thieves deserve sleep deprivation. So we can either get culture or science. We have much stronger culture than science right now. I'm going to take the science because that'll shave, I feel like, more turns off of something than the culture will. Mahendra Parvata has grown. I think I like this mixture of yields: 2 food, 1 production, 1 happiness. That seems quite good. So let's take that. Production in Rome. Do we want to build the Oracle? I kind of want to build another Legatus and some legions and like ballistas and stuff. So I'll get this Legatus. Town specialization is available for Mahendra Parvata. Probably just need to repair some tiles and don't really need to specialize it. I'm seeing an army commander coming forward as well. All right, let's move in as is the plan. Yeah, armies are a little bit slower than they were in Civilization 6 and 5. You gotta be, there's a lot of like stepping. We took a hefty hit there. Looks like she wants peace. I'm gonna reject that peace offer because I'm a little bit more interested in cleaning her up at the moment. I'll take this legion, push it forward, push you forward. With you, I'm gonna unload your unit. I'm gonna unload the ballista over here and then take the shot at the city. It's worth 5 experience, nice. We have a narrative choice. Lead in the water. Sulis Minerva, the Argentarius furiously scribbles upon a lead tablet. Permit no help to the criminal lest he unveil himself and surrender my robe at your altar. The cursed tablet disappears into the depths of the sacred well. Nice. All right, we can grow this town of Patavium. I'm going to take the natural wonder tiles. 2 food, 2 production, 2 happiness is amazing. Let's go ahead and heal you up. I'm going to get my legion to bash this archer's head in. Perfect. Practically a one-shot kill. Archer, go into the alert mode. Ravenna, I'm going to purchase a monument now. And the next turn, we're going to convert you to a city. I can't quite afford it right now. We're going to plop down this city right here, Puteoli, and that starts with a legion in it, which is amazing. I'll fortify that legion. And now we can grow the town. I think I'll grab the silver first, because that means purchasing units is a lot cheaper. Even in, I think, these side towns, you can purchase units cheaper, although you can't actually see the prices right now. Yeah, because I think you have to have gold. Oh, a research initiative. You can buy it with gold. That's weird. That's kind of funky. Might be some UI stuff that hasn't fully been finished. This is like an early preview build. So rites and rituals plus 2 happiness in all settlements is actually amazing. But I don't know if I can afford to drop anything else for now. Let's grab the 2 food, 1 production, 1 happiness. That's a great tile. Then in our civics, we have just 2 choices. We can either do Code of Laws or Mastery. So I'm going to go for Code of Laws here. This will give me Oratory. It'll give me access to Petra. It'll give me access to the Merchant. And also the ability to go up to Citizenship and then potentially Literacy and Skilled Trades, all these sorts of things. In terms of production in our capital, we built a Legatus. I would love to build the Oracle. So I'm going to give the Oracle a shot because getting extra culture from narrative events would be amazing. Then again, being able to just build more units would be sick right now too. Okay, I reloaded the game. I can choose a specialization for this town. I think I just want to keep growing them. Ravenna will be ready. Oh, I can actually convert Ravenna to a city right now. Boom. So Ravenna is now a city, which is awesome. But we have a lot of buildings already sort of built. We do have a 6 production barracks over here. And that will similarly actually be a 5 science library. Although production is pretty light in the city as it currently stands. So I do think it might be good for me to try to purchase the barracks. It'll be 300 gold. And then in the meantime, what I can do is maybe work on the Basilica and the Temple of Jupiter. So like, I guess I'll build a Basilica here and I'll queue up the Temple of Jupiter and I'll try to save up money to build the barracks because the barracks will be a huge production boost in here and that'll be fantastic. Resource assignments are available for Ravenna City. I'm going to take the fish out of Ravenna and I'm going to put 2 copies of gypsum in here. That'll actually give the city 8 production per turn, which is massive. So now it's only 9 turns to build the Basilica, which is a much more reasonable time frame. Also, we got a little scout over here. This scout is in lookout mode. I guess I'll send a scout up here to be in lookout mode too. I want my legion to attack this commander. I don't necessarily care if he kills him. I just want to hurt him and put him in a bad spot. And then we're going to shoot this archer with the archer in Lingapura, taking him out. I will move this army commander, my Legatus, forward, and I will shoot Cirta with my ballista. Boom. We'll break the city defenses, which should actually capture it. That gets me the milestone, basically the military capstone. So now I have the Pax Imperatora Golden Age legacy possible. So we no longer need to do military stuff. Like, we can keep conquering, but we don't have to. I would prefer to turn this settlement into a thing. I wanted to make a city-state here, but I guess I'll just raise it because I think it would be better if I settled a different city nearby. Yeah, so I'm going to raise it. We've managed to basically kick Trunk Track's ass here. But I don't think it's particularly good for me to wipe out a player, because I think having players to interact with is good. Okay, I got my... I have a Legatus. Well, never mind. I don't need to build another one. Perhaps I could go back to building the Oracle. I think I'm going to grab myself a ballista and some archers, with the idea being that I can garrison the archers in all these cities, which will free up the legions that I'm currently using as garrisons to join the new Legata, which I think could be a more interesting way to play things. But yeah, I think on a military side of things, we don't need to go conquering anymore. I think we're basically done there. Diplomatic action, we can get happiness per turn in cities for both leaders. I'm going to take that. That's 6 total happiness because I have 2 cities now. Lingapura, we don't need to develop. This city's getting raised over here. What about Patavium? Yeah, we could get the granary in the brickyard. I think I'll put a granary on top of this tile. That will allow me to grow the city again, being able to grow to a natural wonder tile, getting 2 food, 2 production, 2 happiness, which is great for this city. That'll help with the happiness quite a bit. All right, we've got a volcano explosion over here. Not that we need to worry about that. Yeah, I know I'm over the settlement cap. We defeated the Numidians. I think Mahendra Parvata is going to be a farming town. I think I like that as an option for it. Tyre as well, actually. I would like to pump to promote growth in this town. I want to kind of build it up a little bit. And we've taken out an enemy military commander over here. And I've got some archers popping out of the capital to go reinforce some of my forward or whatever cities. I'll start scooping up legions to be sent to join this Legatus. I think it's time we declared peace with Trunk Track. There's nothing I want from her, so I'm just going to propose a white peace. All right, so we're good. We're now neutral. I killed one of our military commanders, which is really just me resetting it back to its location. You're going to go into alert mode. Fortifications have already been built, so alert works just fine. Let's get you healed up. We are at turn 103, and we're at age progress 138. If I built another wonder, I would get a second point of progress towards culture. I would like to get another codex. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get Silk Roads, but we'll see what we can do. Traders might have to be in order. All right, let's have a look here. Code of Laws is unlocked. So we have Oratory for influence per turn. Petra's already been built. Merchants, and we get a free merchant, and we can improve trade relations. So this merchant, the new support unit, the merchant, should be able to move to a foreign settlement to establish a trade route. You'll need to train a new merchant for each additional trade route you want to set up. A trade route grants you access to the other settlement's resources, which can then be allocated to your own settlement. So I think Koba would actually be a really good trading location, because that would get us jade and some of these other resources. So I'm going to send you to Koba. I assume that's how that works. I have to send you there. I think I have to send you to Koba. It's worth 6 gold to that city. Interesting. We have a narrative choice. A strange year. After the rains, harder and heavier than before, unusual verdure covers the fields. Rats and mice follow, and farmers who smiled at their earlier fortune now creased their brows in frustration, and worse, at the fringes of the land, illness spreads. +1 crisis policy slot. Oh shoot, are we at the crisis point? Oh man, I think we are. We could grab citizenship, which is a civic. Yeah, let's do it. We'll go for citizenship. We have a trade opportunity. Chickasaw, part of the Mississippian Empire. All right, so I made some changes to my computer in the middle of like recording sessions, which I think has started to cause a little bit of instability because I need a new computer. Hopefully now, the crashing, the instability, I have made some further changes, changed a few things back, and hopefully now we got it under control. This is the computer I built like 6 years ago? 5 years ago? I can't, maybe 3 years ago? I don't remember. Listen, years. It's been around a while. So there's a trade opportunity with Chickasaw, because Chickasaw has like wine, cowlin, elephants, all that stuff. Now we got to choose a crisis policy. A crisis is growing in your civilization, unlocking a crisis policy. The negative effects of such policies reflect your civilization's difficulty in responding to the crisis. As the crisis deepens, you'll unlock new crisis policies and crisis policy slots. Crisis policy slots can only hold crisis policies. Choose your first crisis policy now. So the crisis has begun. I like the idea of prognosis here. +2 science, but at a cost of 4 gold per science building feels a lot more reasonable than the other. I'm saving up cash to build a building in Ravenna, rather. I'm going to send this legion to go join this Legatus, who I'm moving down. Puteoli needs a garrison. Roma is producing units. We've assembled up everyone. We're waiting for this to go through. I've got a ballista. I can send it over to this army too. I just need 1 more legion. I think this legion down here will do the job. So here's the merchant. Now, I think I'm going to send this merchant to Koba, but I can also build a road to a friendly settlement of Puteoli. Did that use the merchant? I think it did use the merchant. Okay, that's interesting. Well, we've learned a little bit about the game now. I'm fine with that. We're 74% of the way through the age. If we could build another wonder, that would be fabulous to get this extra cultural legacy point. I would love to get a science point. 2. So we'll see what we can pull off in the last few turns of this era. Got a scout here. I'll park you on this iron tile and then do a lookout. Choosing production in the capital. I think I'm going to go for the Oracle now. Because if we can get the Oracle, that's a big win for us. We get a second legacy point done. And we got another archer done. I'm going to send this archer to Ravenna. I'm going to pop into Ravenna and buy the barracks. There's a 6 production barracks right here, so let's plop that down with gold. That will get us an extra 6 production per turn, meaning we build all the buildings we need to build in Ravenna faster, which is sick. We can grow a town. So Puteoli is ready to be grown, and I like the idea of growing down into the desert away from Ravenna. So I think focusing on mining yields, this could be a great mining town actually. So we'll focus on getting a little bit of mining going in there. Right, Archer, let's go ahead and build fortifications, and then we'll sort of put you to sleep. One more turn until Cirta is raised. All right, things are coming along nicely. We've got 5 turns until the Oracle is done. I don't like that Napoleon is kind of squirreling around this area. It's fine for now. I do feel like I'm in a fantastic position. I could maybe make Ravenna my capital and explore to the east, like for whatever the new continent is in the next age. You're finished with your job, so go to Lingapura. That's where I'll position my military commanders. We'll kind of keep on going here. I'm going to get this archer to fortify on this tile. We will go to the next turn. I do have enough money to maybe consider upgrading this town. Let's have a look at Puteoli. It's a city that would benefit greatly from a brickyard. So I will put the brickyard here. There's engineering, getting us the amphitheater and the blacksmith. Definitely want to build a blacksmith if we can, in both Roma and Ravenna. We can grow Ravenna. There's a great camel tile here. Fantastic camel tile, 3 production, 1 gold, and it gives me the camel resource. Increases the amount of resources that can be assigned to the city. I'll get another gypsum in there, giving Ravenna even more production, allowing it to pump along. We did finish the research of engineering. I would like to get mathematics so that we can get the academy. It would take 24 turns, which is a long time. I think I'm going to go for an easy codex. The cheapest codex I can get right now is mastery of currency. So that's what we'll go for, because I want another codex because I need to do it for the science progression here. Trying to hit as many of these milestones as I can. We've got a minor outbreak. Nothing too crazy. So this city is still upset. It's in unrest. Well, let's get a military commander on there then. Cancel your move and then head to Patavium. Assemble your army and then go into alert mode. Okay, we got a migrant. I'll send you to Ravenna. Go migrate to Ravenna. All right, we've got our military in Patavium, which should help with the unrest in here. Get that city back under control. There's some sort of outbreak or something going on in here. The Antiquity age has reached 75% progress, so we're coming up to the end of an era, the end of an age. There's citizenship, 25% food in towns is a civic, 50% production towards culture buildings. The Waiyang Palace is 6 yield, and then the cultural festival. Age transition, units and independence. Some, if not all of your units will survive through an age transition. At the start of the exploration age, 6 units will remain to defend your settlements and the rest will be assigned to commanders as long as there's space for them. Any other units you have will be left behind. So you can have 6 units plus 4 per commander, or plus whoever many commander spaces you have. Independent powers and city-states are unique to a given age, making way for new ones to rise in the following age. If you want to maintain control of the territory of a city-state, be sure to incorporate it into your empire before the age ends. Okay, unique to a given age, making way for new ones to rise in the following age. If you want to maintain control of your territory of a city-state, you incorporate it. Right, so city-states will go away. I'm fine with that. I'm not really looking to produce military units anymore, so I'm going to drop Auxilia. Rites and rituals feels pretty good. +2 happiness in all settlements. And cursus honorum doesn't seem particularly useful to me right now either. Whereas drama and poetry could be really useful for me to build those culture buildings. So in terms of civics, it'd be nice to get to philosophy. Literature is good for building science buildings too. So we'll go for literacy, I think, next. Okay, we've got Oracle pumping out. We do have a lot of gold. Let's pop into Puteoli. I guess I could buy a merchant. Ravenna can now build another Roman unique building, the Temple of Jupiter. Building the Temple of Jupiter, so this is the Forum, the Roman Forum. I don't remember what the Roman Forum does, but we're in the process of building it. Purchasing a merchant could be good. I don't know if the return on investment on that is really high. I think I'd like to get my ageless buildings in my town, so they're in a good position next era. So I'll go for granary plus the saw pit, just so this city is up and ready to do stuff in the next era. Can't do anything in Patavium, can't do anything in Lingapura. I could get the granary in here. I guess I will pop a granary down that's 6 food per turn, and it is a farming town, which is good. Right, yeah. Things are looking okay. Things are looking fascinating. Okay, we've got an archer here. I'm going to fortify the archer. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 military units, +2 fully filled commanders. I have a 5th military unit here. All right, sick. Cultural legacy point acquired. So we finished another wonder, getting us the 2nd cultural legacy point. And if nobody else had done this yet, I think somebody else had done it. Okay. So that would have given us 5 turns off of this crisis, or 5 turns of progress or whatever. I could build 3 more wonders to push the crisis ahead even further. Very cool. So this is the oracle that we have built. Ooh, it's very pretty. Beautiful. I'm really enjoying, again, you know, the Wonder movies are really nice. They're not to the same level as the Civ 6 ones, but goddamn, the Civ 6 ones were made like by a crazy savant dude or something. The standard on those is like unattainable, unreasonable. I could build a blacksmith. +3 base yield seems really good. There's a +5 blacksmith right here, which I like because it's in between 2 resources. So I'm going to pop that blacksmith right there. That will also allow me to grow the city and potentially pop down another really good specialist. I think we'll focus on the urban tiles. Like, I need this marble. I'll grab that marble right there. I think marble is an empire-wide resource. Yeah, it is. I should assign this bonus resource to like Capua or something. Oh, I'm not allowed to allocate resources until I acquire a resource. I see. Interesting. I have a little bit of gold in the bank. Lingapura, I could build an amphitheater. There's a +5 right there. Mahendra Parvata. Could do it an altar. There's quite a bit of culture locked up in the altar and the monument. If I put an altar right here, let's do it. And then if I also get the monument, that's a 3 culture. This is a nice cultural boost in Mahendra Parvata. A town is ready to grow. Yeah, let's get some of these sawmills. Production, well, you know what? We got some really good farms, though. There's a 4 food, 1 happiness farm. That's like super good. Especially because this is a farming town. All right, we're looking okay. Let's go to the next turn. Ugh, they settled another city over here. We'll deal with that in the next era. So coming into Ravenna here, I definitely feel like a blacksmith on this barracks is the play. It'll take 5 turns, but it has a good return on investment. I'm definitely going to go for the saw pit in Mahendra Parvata. And if I build it here, I think we'll expand our borders nicely around this mountain. Keep the money flowing. We're up to 117 gold per turn. Another new settlement. Napoleon, what are you doing, brother? I'd like to claim this river. It's a nice river. So I'll grab this mining tile and then we'll go here next. Get nice mines going. Choosing production in the capital. We do have an amphitheater available. There's a 6 culture amphitheater right there. That's a great amphitheater, so we'll get that under construction. Minor outbreak in Lingapura. Promote growth with the city-state has been completed. We could look to annex them. 240 to annex. Might not be the worst thing to do. I might just let them die because I would rather settle a city on this tile. If I were to settle a city over here, I would settle it 1 tile to the right. We do have surplus influence. I kind of want to hoard my influence for a little bit. Puteoli is definitely a mining town, so boom. It should make another chunk of mining. Now, how fast would it grow? 7 turns. So it's nearly twice as fast if you grow the town. But I want that gold. I need to develop my empire a little bit. All right, let's get a brickyard in Mahendra Parvata. Oh, my legat has died due to damage from plague. Oh, well, I didn't even know that was happening. Okay, the game should have told me about that. I'm going to reload. I put way too much time and energy into developing that legatus to just accept that he dead. No way am I letting that happen. So that's something I know now, right? Like, did not know this guy was taking damage from standing in the plague. I thought he would be there helping out. So I'm going to pop him out of there and retreat him. But it does mean I have to basically redo a lot of actions. It's not the end of the world to redo some actions. But now I'm worried this migrant will spread the plague. So I'm just going to put him into Puteoli to see what happens as an exploratory idea. All right, there's another milestone. We got another codex. So it's a science attribute point. We got the second one. No, sorry, we got the first one in science. We were not the first to do it, which is no big deal. So that's currency's mastery completed. I do wish it said currency bracket mastery or something. And so we gain a codex and we gain gold and gold buildings. We can grow our capital. We can put a specialist in the center. I feel like the city center should get an extra bonus. I feel like we don't get a huge amount from our specialists just yet. And I think I would like to keep getting my rural tiles up and running because there's a lot of yields on those. So I'll get this lumber mill right there. Now, science-wise, we could go for mathematics. It would be a tough one to get the academy in time, but I'll give it the old college try. Maybe we can get the academy, maybe we can't, who knows. I'm going to take the 20% science for 10 turns. And my new policy, rites and rituals, +2 happiness in all towns. Oh, right. I forgot to redo some of these things. All right, so then we got 25% food in towns, 50% production towards culture buildings. Boom, boom, boom. Nice. So I got a migrant here. Resettle and join. Oh, nice. Get me another mine. Perfect. Keep the gold flowing. I need to get this archer out of the city. They're taking damage in Lingapura. It looks like Patavium is no longer under plague, which is nice. I think I will build a brickyard and a saw pit here to get this city a little bit of extra production. That gold per turn adds up over time. Every small accumulation of resources that we can make happen adds up. Rightio. Keep on going. We got a narrative choice. Nourishment for the soul. The voices of harmonious song and uplifting dialogue float above the amphitheater on its opening day. Every part of the day's program has been meticulously planned, a feast for the Roman character. So we can gain +2 influence on the amphitheater. We can gain +2 science on the amphitheater, or +2 culture. I'm going to go for the +2 culture on the amphitheater. I think leaning into our cultural power is like not a terrible move. We could pre-build some like army commanders for us to have ready in the next era so that we just have, you know, more military units in the next era. Alternatively, I could do cultural festivals to try to get to the future civic here, which kind of is like an interesting idea as Rome to lean into culture really hard. So I'm going to do cultural festivals. That sounds like fun. All right, there's literacy. So we build science buildings faster. Nalanda gives us codex, has codex slots, and gives us the science attribute. I would love to build that, and we gain a codex from literacy. I don't want to change my policies, I don't think. Well, actually, no, I think we're good. I will, however, grab philosophy for the extra social policy slots. Let's do that. Ravenna is ready to build a wonder. I really want Nalanda and Mausoleum, but I'll build Nalanda first. That's 3 science right there. We got a great work codex in our archive. I'll need to use gold to purchase a library in this city for sure. I think that's a Roman forum right there. All right, things are fairly chill. We're saving up gold to boost Ravenna while it's under the construction of some wonders and stuff. All right, what happened here? Minor outbreak in Puteoli. Oof. Let's move the archer out of the city so that it's safe. Trun Track completed the great milestone for the Great Library. We've got new trade routes being established, minor outbreaks, respond to diplomatic actions. It's all coming down. I will spend influence on this. Ooh, also, I could talk to someone like Pachacuti. See, we could do a cultural exchange. I'm going to do a cultural exchange with Pachacuti. I will do a farmer's market with Napoleon. I'm going to build a merchant in my capital because that's actually another victory track that we can kind of build up points on to make our civilization even stronger. All right, let's keep it up. We got a narrative choice here. The Houses of Healing. The Houses of Healing, normally places of quiet and quiet whispers and muffled footfalls, overflow. The sick and dying stumble or are carried towards already overcrowded halls. Eventually the healers seal the door. Some new evil grips the land. So the plague is growing stronger. We get a crisis policy slot. We can grow the town of Capua. Let's grow towards the elephants, I think. Maybe, I don't know. It's a 3 food, 1 happiness tile. That's a good one. Production in Roma. Let's keep getting merchants. They're great. Okay, I did more tinkering with my computer in the hopes that I have fixed any potential weirdness. We could choose a new crisis policy. So happiness on altars, but -10 gold. Or we gain a migrant when a city is infected, but lower growth in cities. +2 food in towns, but healing is slower. Or prosecute apostates. +5 happiness in infected settlements with a commander, but -5 happiness in settlements with no altar. I think prosecute apostates feels like the easiest one to do because I could just overcome that happiness penalty by building altars, which I'm now going to do. Although first, actually, I wanted to come into Ravenna, and I wanted to buy a library. I don't have particularly good tiles for this, sadly. So I'll just park a library right there, but that should allow me to put a codex into Ravenna for +2 science per turn, which is nice. Lingapura no longer has plague, which is fantastic. Patavium has grown. So it might be good for us to get another little bit of the gold production. I think that gold production is adding up. We definitely want an altar in here. I guess I'll put an altar right there with the monument over here. Sounds good. Spend a bit of money on building these up. We've unlocked philosophy, so that's +1 science from specialists. We have access to the Angkor Wat, which increases the specialist limit in this settlement, which is ageless. That could be actually extremely powerful in Rome. We have built up Rome to be very powerful. I'm going to go for the production boost towards constructing science buildings. I think that might help me out quite a bit. In terms of civics, my next civic will probably be skilled trades. This will get us to Colossus. We can build the Angkor Wat in our capital. I'm going to put it right here so that there's a pair of districts in between these that can get nice boosts, but I definitely want that Angkor Wat. Let's quickly check in on the victory condition stuff. So I need 3 more wonders. I've done the military path. I need 2 more codexes and a few more resources for the economic side of things. Okay, the Mayans are super far ahead in technology according to the game, but I think we're doing just fine. I don't know if there's any cities that are worth converting. I think I would rather just pump money into my towns to have them built up for the start of the next era. Let's establish a trade route with Koba, so that will get us a road and resources while he gains gold. So let's just start assigning resources out. I'll give Jade to my capital probably. I'll take the Cowlin out and put that into Ravenna and give my capital more jade, because it is starting to make more resources, and then that will get me, that was what I was hoping for, that I could get the second economic policy or legacy path. I just triggered the age to finish faster, which is good, because that means I suffer less from the crisis. So age progress is at 162. Let's keep trying to seal this out with our progress here. We can grow a town. Lingapura is ready to grow. There's a 5-food tile here, which just feels incredible. I think it's been getting fertilized. And I do think that this can be a farming town. So I will make it a farming town so that it just generates a lot more food. And then that food will go to my 2 cities because it should be connected to my network. In theory, Capua could use an altar. There's a lot of happiness locked up in the altar there because we get negative happiness in cities that don't have altars. So that's something we need to be considering. All right, what do we get here? Puteoli is now free from plague. I'm going to put a unit back on garrison there. That's good news. We've got 2 wonders coming down the pipeline. I like the wonder building. It's fun. The wonders seem quite exciting in this game. Oh no, a flood in the Rubicon River. This is in Ravenna. Owie. That's painful. Okay, so we need to purchase some repairs. Ah, damn. My blacksmith was damaged. Right, we'll purchase, repair the blacksmith. There we go. And then we will purchase, repair the brickyard. And we will repair the granary. I don't see anything else damaged. I think our road and stuff is damaged. I think that's fine. Oh, the granary repair is a queue. Well, okay, well, we'll finish the wonder first. I want Nalanda. The city can grow, and I can get culture and science from putting a specialist down. I don't think that's what I'm looking for. I think continuing to expand the city is the right play. Like, if I grab the silk right here, that's a 10% culture boost in a city. I could put that into my capital. I mean, my capital has a great culture line. So I could quite easily take the jade out and put the silk in there for another 10% culture, which is amazing. I think Puteoli also got some damage. So I'll repair your brickyard. And I think that was all that was damaged for you. I want this archer to repair until he's healed. Pachacuti has finished building the Pyramid of the Sun. All right, exciting. We've got low happiness in Mediolanum, and I'm not sure what's causing it. It's the lack of the altar. Well, let me go ahead and get an altar right there. Plus, for the sake of it, I will get a granary here, so to develop the city a little bit. Okay, the Mayan Empire are also trying to build the Nalanda wonder, but I am 1 turn away from finishing it, so that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter that they're competing with me. I think we got it under the bag. In the bag? All right, sick. So, Angkor Wat is completed. We get to see the bricks laid down. We're going to see some amazing yields from this. I forget what Angkor Wat does again, but I know I wanted it for the attribute points that it provides, which were really powerful. And then Nalanda was really good for science. I do miss being able to hover over here and actually see what the wonder did from Civilization 6. Because it's hard to remember, right? The wonders in Civ 7 kind of feel a little bit more abstract and weird. Not bad by any stretch of the imagination, just kind of weird. But there's skill trade. We get gold for each imported resource and the Colossus. I would like to build the Colossus if I could. So what was it that Nalanda does? How do I see the buildings and wonders and stuff in here? Yeah, it would be nice if even clicking on, and this feels like a strict downgrade from Civ 6 where you could hover over a thing in your city screen and see what it does. So it's giving me 3 science, but I believe it does other stuff. But I have to kind of go into the menu here. Remember where it is. Here it is, Nalanda. I gain a codex, I have a codex slot, and I gain science attribute points. It's interesting that I should have 2 attribute points to spend. 1 in both scientific and whatever one the Angkor Wat was. Because I'm pretty sure the Angkor Wat was also... No, Angkor Wat was specialist limit. Sorry. Yeah, no, never mind. But we got a scientific attribute point. So we get +1 science per age on the palace and on city halls. That's actually quite good. That's just going to give us a little bit of a passive, chunk of science over time. We also have a narrative event here, the Eye of the Beholder. 2 artists are lifelong friends, though the media they use are different. They never seem to be able to agree on the superior form of beauty, the shapely precision of the form in a sculpture, or the intricate colors of a painter's flat canvas. So I can get 200 happiness or 100 culture. I'm going to take the 100 culture because I kind of want to see if I can hit the end of the culture tree. I want to hit that future civic because I want those wildcard attribute points. That sounds really exciting and fun. Let's hit commerce next. We can choose production in Roma. We could definitely build a Colossus. This would make this an amazing city long term. I think right here is the perfect spot for it because it sets up this tile to be triple adjacency from wonders. So that's what I'm going to go for. And those are ageless. They will last forever, which is very, very powerful. Ravenna needs production. We could build the Mausoleum of Theodoric. That's pillaging and militaristic attribute points. I do want the militaristic attribute points. That's kind of exciting to me. And I like the idea of building it here because that gives wildcard adjacency to this really strong tile, which is great for like coastal adjacency and river adjacency. So that's kind of exciting. And it creates a tile here that is quite strong off of resource adjacency and wonder adjacency, which is quite exciting to me. So kind of just laying things out based on vibes right now. We're definitely vibing through this age. Yeah, I don't think I want to put a saw pit here because the saw pit will actually get in the way of this really nice mountain adjacency. So I'll put more of an urban district here in the center, which is fine. I can even get amphitheaters in my towns, which is kind of exciting and interesting. I want a saw pit over here. I'll put it right here on the granary. That's fine. This city can grow. There's no need to put specialists. I'll take the hungry chicken, I think. Unless there's a tile with happiness. Oh yeah, here's a 2 food, although 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'll take this nice tile over here. Get that gold growth going. The Khmer Empire has started Theodoric's thingy. So maybe I could move around some of the people in my districts by buying the right stuff. Yeah, Lingapura has no more purchases. Patavium has no more purchases. Capua has no more. Mediolanum probably has it only has the amphitheater and walls and stuff. Puteoli can get the altar and the monument. I'll go for the altar first. I'll put that altar right there. And we'll go to the next turn. All right, things are chilling and advancing. We're up to 88% of the age progress. There's only 25 age progress points left. 10 of them will come from the culture. If we can get a codex, we would be able to get another 5. So we could take 15 off this by building a wonder and getting a codex. So that's the hope. Okay, looks like the Mausoleum of Theodoric got taken from us. That's fine. We can start setting this city up with a good strong food growth for the next era. Now I could build a market here for lots of gold, but I think the bath and the garden combo on this tile. Oh, I can't quite build there. The bath has to go on the river, I see. Well, let's get the bath on the river because that turns it into an urban tile, allowing us to expand across easier. And then we can grow the city itself to this nice production tile right here. 3 production plus 1 happiness is very good. And we could choose a celebration. We go for the science again because we're not building military units. And I will take coinage for extra gold. It's not much right now, but it will add up just a smidge. You know how it is. And there's the Wonders of the Ancient World milestone. So now we got the Cultural Legacy point, and we also have the Amphitheaters Golden Age potential. Oh, that's actually really cool. So we can do Golden Age amphitheaters. And here's the Colossus. Another world wonder completed.
Under his huge legs, and peep about to find ourselves dishonorable graves.
Beautiful. So the Colossus will allow us to assign a lot more resources to our capital. The Monk's Mount also gives resource capacity. Mathematics gives us the Academy, plus the Pyramid of the Sun. Ooh, the Pyramid of the Sun is crazy. I think somebody else built that, however. So we completed the Cultural Legacy path, which is sick. So we got a lot of potential, long-term here. Let's pop into Roma. And if we scroll down and take a look at the Monk's Mount, we can actually build that Monk's Mount. Plus 3 food and a huge amount of resource capacity could make this city like really pop off in the next age. Like look at the amount of resources we're able to jam into our capital. It's insane. We got a narrative choice here. There are 7 houses and each house has 7 cats. Each cat kills 7 mice and each mouse has eaten 7 grains of barley. Each grain would have produced 7 gallons of cereal. What is the sum of enumerated things? I have absolutely no idea. Okay, so 7 houses times 7. Okay, that's a number. We're talking, hey, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 10, or 10 times itself is 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 20,000. And then if you're doing an average 30% less, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000. If you're doing 30% less each, did I do that right? Hold on. Let's just break out the calculator. I'm shameless, bro. I bet they track if you alt tab. 7 houses with 7 cats. Each cat kills 7 mice. Each mouse has eaten 7 grains of barley. Each grain of barley would have produced 7 gallons of cereal. Yeah, I had a feeling it was this lower number. All right, boom. I got it right. The game's going to be like, you looked it up. 1 crisis policy slot, the plague grows stronger. All right, we're enumerating. Thieves make their own misfortune. The robes return. As the Argentarius waits by the shrine of Sulis Minerva, a sickly man approaches the altar. He lays a bathing robe before the goddess, begging for forgiveness and good health. The Argentarius looks more closely at the robe. It's his. Thieves make their own misfortune. I'm going to take the culture because I want to try to get a cultural finisher. We have done mathematics. Let's grab navigation. It'd be cool to build a lighthouse or two. And we can choose a civic. I hope I can finish a future civic. We'll see. My capital can build an academy. +4 science is pretty decent, especially if I plunk it right there. That's a 7 science tile. There's an 8 science tile over here. I'm going to go for this one to complete this district. We have a leader attribute available, an economic policy slot, +1 gold per age on the palace and city halls. Boom. That's a nice little bit of base gold. Then Ravenna has some things it can build. I think the +3 food per turn would help this city in the next stage. I think food is really strong early in the game. We could choose a crisis policy. -10 gold on altars is tough. I'll go for recruitment shortfalls because it's only going to be a few more turns where we deal with that negative healing. We're dealing with a huge plague. We have a lot of gold in the bank. We could buy some amphitheaters, like in Ravenna, for example. Here is there's a 7 culture amphitheater over here. I'm going to plop that right there. Boom. That should, oh, sorry, I meant to buy it. 600 gold. Boom. That should then allow me to move a pop. I'll grab the horses. Why not? Cavalry units give +1 combat strength and extra combat strength against infantry. 6% progress remaining. The age is coming to a close. It's all starting to happen. Now we got to repair that fishing boat over there. That's fine. Then Mahendra Parvata, you've got nothing I can really build in there. Capua, nothing I can really build in there. Mediolanum, nothing I can really build in there. Puteoli, I could get your monument. I will. 2 culture per turn is not bad. Not long left, baby. Ooh, in terms of techs, I should actually try to get another codex. Right? So I can trigger the scientific legacy point. So let me do mastery of engineering. +1 culture on culture buildings, +1 codex. Ancient bridge gives 4 gold. Navigable rivers, all that stuff. Let's go. We got a narrative choice here. I lose 50 science, but I do gain celebration points. Diplomatic action. Let's go for happiness. I'm happy to be friends with you, Napoleon. It would be interesting to try to get the Monk's Mound. Especially if I plonked it up here, as it would create a new tile with high adjacency right there and improve the adjacency on this tile. So let's go for the Monk's Mount, see if we can get it going. All right, Ravenna, base happiness. Let's get your market right there. Nice and cozy. Most of the yields of the things that we're building, we do get to keep. I would like to get another amphitheater or 2 down. Some of these wonders I'm just building for the hell of it. A town is ready to grow. Patavium is growing. Let's grab that 3 production, 1 science, 1 culture. It's a great yield. A town specialization is available for Patavium. Let's go for an urban center to give this town a little bit of culture and science. I think that's quite nice. Ha'amonga Amaui has been built. Milestone for ancient wonders. We could choose a production over here in Ravenna. I wouldn't mind getting the academy. There's a +7 tile right here. Let's drop it. Oh, the age is like on the verge of passing here. We are going to get a future civic point, which will actually, I think, complete the age. We also got some resources. Let's go to the next turn. I think the age should end literally right now. So there's the codex milestone. +1 science for every codex in Antiquity. Scientific legacy point, awesome. We also got future civic and engineering. The age progress meter is completely failed. At the end of this turn, the Antiquity way will give way to the exploration age, and you enter an age transition, during which you will choose how the Roman civilization will evolve and what the legacy of your accomplishments in this age will be. History is built in layers, and progress often comes with setbacks. All the settlements you control at the age transition and your Rome traditions will form the foundations you will continue to build upon, but only your capital retain its status as cities. Building and improvements other than wonders in unique buildings, unique quarters, and unique improvements will persist, but most buildings will generate reduced yields. Alright, gameplay specific to the Antiquity age, such as Pantheon. Your current government, city-states, trade routes, and diplomatic relationships will be replaced by new forms unique to the Exploration Age. Your commanders will persist, and some units will remain and upgrade to Exploration Age counterparts. The first stage of your journey is ending, but a new world of possibilities is beginning. Prepare to discover new technologies, cultures, peoples, and continents as you enter the Exploration Age. Awesome, let's go. I'm going to grab the 200 signs from this. I got some narrative events. Who will carry our legacy? Awesome. Choose a technology. I'm just going to click mathematics because I don't think it matters. Future civic again. And now I'm going to hit end turn and transition to the next age. Hopefully Monk's Mount finishes. It would be really nice if that would roll over. But the Antiquity age is coming to an end, and that means we're going to be picking this back up
Rome's monuments would
right after this movie. Hold on.
Yet their silhouettes lingered on the skyline as testament to Roman will.
Okay, awesome. So we're picking back up after this movie, and then we got the legacy option for next age. Militaristic point, expansionist, we got +2 settlement limit, cultural attribute point, diplomatic. So we got a whole bunch of cool stuff unlocked. Nice. Also a cultural golden age or a militaristic golden age. Oh man, we did so well. 2332, that's a really good result. Age rankings, we nailed culture and expansionism, which feels right for Rome. And then we did okay on Great Library and Silk Roads. In terms of legacies, oh my god, look at that. We got 10 legacies, we nailed it. And so this is the Legends report, which is something I don't fully understand or know much about. But basically, I think you can like level up your profile. It's like a little meta progression thing. It's kind of cool. So we got some meta progression here on Augustus. And so we're going to be picking up the next age in the next episode. I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!